snakes through the sky, clouds rolling by like cotton candy high. He lights up, his pipe stretching time, floating free, gotta ease his mind. Wings spread wide through the blue, flying high, nothing else to do. In the cockpit, it's just him and the breeze, Captain Canada feeling at ease. Stretching time in the open air, flying high without a care. Captain Canada soaring free, smoking sky, all he needs. Turbulence can't shake his vibe, every puff makes him feel alive. He's the captain you can't confide, loving life, stretching time. Sunset glow as he climbs higher, heart beats to his own choir. With a grin, he takes another puff, for Captain C, no skies too tough. Stretching time in the open air, flying high without a care. Captain Canada soaring free, smoking sky, all he needs. Stretching time in the open air, flying high without a care. Captain Canada soaring free, smoking sky, all he needs. Stretching time in the open air, flying high without a care. Captain Canada soaring free, smoking sky, all he needs.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I hope you are all doing well. Happy Thursday afternoon. Sorry, I just realized I forgot to join Nightbot into the channel. Also, I can turn that down now, thank you. Appreciate everybody being here. Happy Thursday afternoon. Hopefully everybody's having a great week thus far. It's been a fun one for sure. Back in the A320 this week. It has been a little bit since we've flown the A320. Feels good to be back. Obviously, this aircraft received a big update, I think earlier on in this week, and everybody is counting down the days until we get the A319 and the A321. And boy, oh boy, it's going to be an exciting time when that does happen. Fingers crossed that's happening soon. Sean, good to see you. Captain Howdy, welcome. Caleb, good to see you. Hello, person, welcome. TSC 777, good to see you. Allo, good to see you. Jonathan, welcome back. RJ, good to see you. Skywalker's in the house, good to see you, my man. Sasha's here, good to see you. Sim Aviation, welcome. Leonard Grant, good to see you. Lilo Pilot, welcome back. CHLM, good to see you. Cameron, welcome back. Tenure to Boba, good to see you. Jugelstoom, good to see you. Huskers, welcome back, man. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. SR88 Gaming, good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well as well. Just that everyday person, hello. Good to see you. Tyler T, welcome. It's Azil, good to see you. Golf Kilo 4, welcome. Gaston, good to see you. Tom Brady, welcome back. Julian Monaco, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Have an issue with the baggage loader from GSX and the Fenix after the update. If you find out where your GSX is installed, go to GSX Aircraft and delete the 2 folders that would have been there, and that should fix the problem, Julian. So the same place that you install your GSX profiles, if you go back one like file structure, you should see airplanes, and if you go in there, you should see in Fenix A320 CFM, Fenix A320 IAE. Delete both of those, and then you should be good. You don't need third-party profiles for this aircraft anymore because it has full native custom support with GSX, so you don't have to have those little profiles the way that you used to have it, for example. Canadian Flight Simmer, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. We're doing some Canada ops tonight. Very excited for that one. Tonight, obviously, as mentioned, there's a viewer of mine who is going for his S3 rating out of Ottawa. So tonight, we're going to do one of those weird, like, Thursday evenings. Obviously, you guys know I'm going away tomorrow afternoon, early afternoon. Tomorrow I leave for 4 days, going up to the cottage with some family and the fiance. And So tonight's going to be a fun one. We're going to do Ottawa, Montreal, Montreal, Toronto. So a 2-leg tonight. Now the flight from Ottawa to, the flight from Montreal to Ottawa is all of about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So it's a short little sector to start it off, and then obviously Ottawa to Toronto is about an hour. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one tonight. I'm very much looking forward to that. We're obviously going to help the VATSIM Patrol. I always forget his name. I'm sorry if he's in chat now and I forgot his name already, but he's going for his S3 rating tonight, so it's going to be a VATSIM exam. So the more traffic, the merrier. So that'll be awesome. Very much looking forward to that one. So we've got this vacation coming up here this weekend, and then again, I've mentioned it, and I'll mention it again. I am going away the first week of September. That is finalized. Everything's done. I believe I leave on a Saturday, and then I'm returning on like a Thursday or a Friday or something like that. So Saturday the 7th of September, I am gone for about another week. And then that's it for holidays. And then the only other thing before the end of the year I have is World Flight, which is in November. I actually booked my tickets for World Flight. I had an unbelievable offer from Air Canada to use my Aeroplan points. So I actually booked my flights for World Flight in Los Angeles. I booked them the other day, and I got an incredible deal. I used my points that I got. I signed up for, I was telling you guys, if you guys really want to travel for free, go and get yourselves a point credit card. Get an Aeroplan or get a WestJet Rewards, whatever it is, whatever airline you prefer. I think Porter even has one now. I've had one for Air Canada for well over a year now, but I got a sign-up bonus. I got 50,000 points just for signing up for the credit card and getting approved for the credit card. It is an Amex. They're a little bit harder to get because it's a cash card. It's not like a typical credit card. You don't carry a balance with a cash card. So whatever I spend on the Amex in the month, you have to pay it off in the next month. But anyways, part of that was I got 50,000 miles. So 50,000 miles plus all the other miles that have occurred by every time you purchase something, gas, groceries, restaurants, whatever, you get more miles, you get more points. Anyways, Air Canada had an offer. It was redeem your miles and your points for a round trip flight and you get a free upgrade. You get a free premium upgrade. So I was looking and I was trying to like figure out the best flights for me. Anyways, I'm flying for World Flight. I'm flying Ottawa to Montreal, and then Montreal to LAX in a 787-800, and guess who used his premium class upgrade for the 787? So I'm sitting up in the front of the airplane, just over a 6-hour flight from Montreal to LA in a 787 in business class. Oh baby, so excited for that one, and it didn't cost me a dime. All I had to do was pay the taxes. I paid the taxes on I think it was like $100 and something was the taxes on it. So yeah, very excited for that one. And then on the return flight, I'm flying on an A321 and an A220. So I'm knocking out a bunch of airplanes. I get to fly on a Q400. You know me, I love the Q400. Then a 787-800. Never been on an 800 before. Never been on the Air Canada 787s. They're a little bit older. They were like some of the first 787s produced and built here in Canada. So Q400 to Montreal, 787 to LA, A321 from LA to Toronto, and then an A220 from Toronto to Ottawa. So 4 different airplanes. Very excited for that one. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that's it for travel for the rest of the year. So once again, gone first week of September for 5-6 days, and then nothing until World Flight, which is in November. First week of November. I'm actually leaving on November 2nd to the I think it's 2nd to the 10th, or 2nd to the 10th. We're there. Aviation Central, huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate you. It is a new month. Thank you. I meant to do that earlier before stream. Sorry, I got carried away this morning. I was very busy this morning taking care of some stuff. There we go. New month. New leaderboard. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Best to sit in the front of the plane. You get there before everyone else. You can, yeah, for sure. Why does your stream keep freezing? Definitely shouldn't be freezing. Anybody else having issues with the stream freezing? I'm actually a flight attendant for Frontier Airlines. We're close to striking soon, so be on the lookout for that. Well, I've never flown Frontier, and I honestly don't think I would ever fly Frontier. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind for any of my Frontier friends. There you go. Since you mentioned the 788, have you seen the new payware one that released? Which one? The one that requires you to have the default one because it uses all the default assets? Not really interested in a payware plane that does that, if that's what you're asking. Yeah. Okay, let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy programmed, ready to rock and roll. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you. I know it's a very busy day. I know V1 is over there streaming the brand new, or I guess the pre-release 727. I think everybody's all hot and bothered with. I've already given my take on that 727. I don't need to go over it again. If you're curious why I'm not flying the 727 that all the other streamers seem to be flying, that's because I have a very hard stance with FSS in the community. I feel like somebody has to hold these guys accountable for their actions. Still no VNAV, still no custom FMC, still no custom autopilot on their E-jets, but they keep pushing out more and more and more airplanes, more and more money coming in for the company. I'm not about that, man. As much as I would love to fly a 727, it's the principle of the matter here at this point when it comes to FSS, and I personally don't think that they deserve my money or anybody else's money until they figure out what's going on with their E-Jet series that was in early access about 2 years ago. Like I said, still major systems and components of a payware aircraft are still not available on that airplane, so unfortunately I will not be flying the 727 until those things are addressed. Like I said, I would love to have a 727 and mess around a little bit in it, but yeah. I am not interested in supporting a company that, instead of focusing on finishing the projects at hand, they just continuously release more and more products, kind of just seemingly forgetting about the products that they already have. Unrealistically stupid, good to see you, man. Welcome back. I love the 727 in X-Plane. Yeah, the Fly JSim 727, fantastic product. Fantastic product, sorry. Does the 727 have an autopilot at all? Because they'd have zero excuses on the E-Jets then? Not really, Steven. It's a VOR Loc, and it has a very basic auto throttle. It's not even really an auto throttle, it's more of like a speed hold. You can't really do much about it. You kind of just set the speed, and it will move the throttles and allow them to come up and down, but it's a very basic implementation of both. So cool, let's come down here. First things first, let's go to our init ref. We'll do our init request. Beautiful. We'll start that up. It'll fill this out. It'll be Denver to Salt Lake City. Beautiful. Call sign today, Frontier Flight 3861. We rarely fly Frontier, so I'm excited for today. Frontier Flight 3861. Good. We'll throw that into here. Beautiful. I'll stick with my PMGG, Fenix, and Indie Builds developers. I mean, it's yeah. Like I said, man, this isn't a dig at like V1 or anybody like that. Anybody who's flying the aircraft, if they're flying the aircraft, that's fine. My only concern here is just, like I said, man, at the end of the day, this is the developer that is very new to the community, and I feel that they're not focused on actually providing quality products at this point. I think they're just trying to, in my opinion, it feels like they're just trying to cash in as quickly as they can. Like I said, I don't understand how you can release a product, promise all of these features, and then not really deliver on any of these features and keep pushing out new airplanes. Like, you know, they released the 170 and the 175 with the promise that it would have a VNAV, custom FMC, custom autopilot, all of those things you would expect from a third-party aircraft. They have then since released an E190, an E195, still no custom autopilot, still no custom FMC, still no VNAV. They then went and released an E195 freighter, so that's the third release of the aircraft. Still no custom autopilot, no custom FMC, no VNAV. And now they've gone and released a whole new aircraft completely apart from the Embraer series in a 727. And they claim that it's a different team working on it under the FSS name. I don't know, man. That doesn't really make sense to me. But again, I'm not a developer. I'm just a consumer of said products. But the whole thing smells a little bit fishy. I was in V1 stream last night. I was watching the aircraft. There were a bunch of developers in chat, and again, a lot of snarky comments. from developers. When a developer says certain things and acts a certain way, I don't know, man. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I believe it's the same developer as the other one. One of the comments, I actually wrote it down because it was so... it was one of those like comments where I was just like, that's a weird one. Do you know what I mean? That's a weird one. I'm trying to see where I saved the comment. What is it? Oh, so I guess somebody was complaining about how the aircraft looked or how the aircraft felt or something like that. He says, every flight model and every sim is completely unrealistic. Stop the dumb expectations of expecting perfect handling, multi-million-dollar jets in an at-home rig while you're sitting in an office chair at home and realize that you're playing a game. That's what the developer said about somebody mentioning about flight models and how they're not really good at you know, FSS hasn't been the best with the flight models and stuff that they're doing. Anyways, like I said, man, it just, I don't know, man. I can't get behind them. V1 yesterday was swearing that they're great people, they're good developers. He's been talking to them. He's been working with them on the release of this. So maybe it's just my experience from the outside looking in. Like I said, man, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I've been in this industry for a very long time. I've dealt with the likes of Magnite. I've dealt with a lot of other developers where I kind of, this is exactly what I see, right? I see that projects are never going to get finished. They're kind of just going to keep
always
rolling
telling
through.
Like it is.
You know what I mean?
No floaties.
CHLM, huge no floaties to you, my man. Thank you very much for support. I appreciate you. And here's the thing: is I'm trying to draw a fine line where I've had a lot of comments lately, and I've had a lot of people reach out being like, "Hey, Cap, you're so negative. Like, why are you so negative to these developers? Why are you this? Why are you that?" It's not that I'm being negative. It's just I think that maybe I'm being a little bit like maybe I'm just criticizing certain aspects of the community that I see going on, and I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. I think some people see me like talking about these and they think like I'm trying to bury developers and stuff like that. It's not it at all, man. I bought their FSS E-Jet series. I bought the E-Jets because I was convinced by other people in the community that they were legit and that it would eventually get to the point where we would all be happy and we would all have an Embraer that we would enjoy flying. I bought that aircraft almost a year ago. The amount of updates that it's seen in a year is kind of nothing major, right? A couple little things here and there, but nothing major has been done to the aircraft, I would say, in the last 9, 10, 11, 12 months. Nothing, really nothing. Other than them releasing more products, right? Instead of releasing, focusing on doing things. So it tells me one of two things. It tells me that they just internally, FSS as a group cannot figure out how to do VNAV. They can't figure out how to do a custom FMC. They can't figure out how to do a custom autopilot. That's kind of what it tells me. So it either tells me they're getting external help. Somebody was saying that the lead developer for FSS also works with Aerosoft on the A330 project. So something tells me there's a hand tied to that there and there. I think there's a reason we don't have the 330, and there's probably a reason we don't have the FSS anything worthy from them in a long time. But I don't know. I really don't know, man. And again, please take this as I'm not being overly negative. I'm just being very cautious. I've said this before. First and foremost, I am a community member to the flight sim community. I'm not a streamer. I'm not held to any special regard of anything. First and foremost, I'm a community member. And I don't like seeing people get burned. I don't like getting burned. So I'm just bringing awareness to the situations going on. Some people may have absolutely no clue who FSS is, and they may just look at this and say, oh, a 727, amazing, and purchase it, not realizing that they kind of have this history for the last year and a half, 2 years that hasn't been, you know, like I said, and like I've mentioned before in other streams, imagine if PMDG did something like this. Imagine if Fenix did something like this. Imagine if AnyBuilds did something like this. Their heads would be on a fucking stake. They'd be rolling. You know what I mean? Like, people would not accept this, and I just don't understand why because it's a newer development group, people tend to be a little bit more laxed, or maybe they don't think about it like that. But I just, if PMDG were to release a project and it would have no VNAV, no custom autopilot, no custom FMC, dude, pretty sure the forums would blow up. You know what I mean? So at this point, to me, it looks like FSS is only in it for the money. They're only trying to get as much income in as possible. Will they eventually fix the aircraft the way that they said they will? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows at this point, but I would just be very cautious about buying their products. That's all I'm saying, Chad. I know the 727 is completely different, and that may be that may be their saving grace here, is that the 727 is so very different. There's basically no autopilot. It's basically VOR lock to VOR lock. It's SIVA navigation. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I just wanted to get that out there because I said I've got a lot of people reaching out to me and being like, why are you being overly negative? Why do you hate this development group? Why do you hate that development group? That's not it at all. I have tons of friends in the flight sim community. I have tons of friends that are developers, scenery developers, aircraft developers, PMDG, Fenix, any builds. I have tons of people that I know in the community, and I'm not the only one that feels that way. I guess I'm the only one with a platform. But yeah. Anyways, I think we're done boarding, which is great. So we can send all of this data down to the McDo. Let's go to our NIT-B page. Let's go ahead and send this down here. Send to McDo. Send to McDo. Success. Good. We've got our 0 fuel weight, 59.3, 0 fuel weight CG, 30.7, block fuel, 6.3, looking good. Let's go to our flight plan page now. I did see that Denver came online. So we've got Denver ground and we've got Denver tower, which is very nice. So we have ATIS information papa. We do have a PDC, so that is good. We'll go ahead and just go on that. So PDC, based off of the ATIS information papa, winds are 240 at 4 knots, 6 mile visibility, few at 14,000, 27 degrees, altimeter 3034, good. Departing runway 8, 17 left, and 25. So we're going to expect runway 25. That's usually the most common. So we're going to go departures. If we look at our ACARs now, we were cleared on the Zimmer 3 departure. So we're going to go runway 25 on the Zimmer 3 departure, all the way down into the Z's. Good. Zimmer 3 with the Chingy transition. I believe that's what that is. Yes. We'll go ahead and select that. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and insert that. Great. Salt Lake City. Let's see what the weather is doing in Salt Lake. We're either landing north or south. If we go to Salt Lake City, let's go to weather. Winds are 120 at 5, which means that we are going to land on 16 right. So we're going to be on the Leahy 5 arrival, and you can see that's where we're going. We're going to take it from Roy down and in. So the Leahy 5 arrival, we're going to go ILS 16 right on the Leahy 5 arrival. There it is there. We are going to be off of the Meeker transition, Echo Kilo Romeo, and the approach via today. If we open up our charts, we go to Salt Lake, we go to approach, we go to 16 right. We should see rough, and that's, I believe, where we want to take it to, because like I said, we're going to go all the way out here to Roy and then down. So we'll take it from oh, I don't see rough. Pardon me. Where's fans? Fans is up above rough. Okay, so we will take it via rough. Sorry, fans. Good. We'll insert that. Beautiful. Cool. Let's go to our NITREF tab. Cost index of 5 on the cruise. We're going up to 36,000 feet. NIT-B page is done. Wonderful. Let's go to our performance numbers. While that's going on, let's go ahead and spool up the EPU. We'll get that ready to rock and roll. We'll come over here. Let's go to our departure performance. Let's go ahead and Denver 25 dry flaps. We can do a flaps 1. We maybe should do you know what? Let's do flaps 2 just because of the airport elevation. Flaps 2, force toga no, anti-ice off, packs on, sync load sheet, sync live weather, and we'll calculate our V speeds. Good. 34, 34, 36 on the speeds with a flex of 56. So we're definitely getting out of here. 2/down 0.0. Good. We'll send all of that down to the McDo. All of that gets plugged into here. Beautiful. I'm happy with that, my friends. Upstairs, EPU should be almost on and available. And the last thing that we need is our squawk code, which was given to us on our PDC. Squawk code 6567. 6567. good. We'll turn that on and reporting, good. We'll bring you up, good. You can go on, good. Upstairs, APU bleed is on, external power is off. Let's go and get the beacon lights on, seatbelt signs on. We'll get all of the fuel pumps on as well. And that will signal our push and start, friends. Beautiful, looking good. Pronounced Lehigh. Ah, there you go, Lehigh. People freaked out regarding PMDG tablets, so I get your point. Yeah, it's like I said, man. Hey, it is what it is. How do you learn how to set flight plans and routes and stuff? Paul, SimBrief is your best friend, man. Yeah, best friend is SimBrief. Only stream today, or did the plans for this weekend change? We have a stream this evening, David. We're going to be doing some Air Canada ops this evening. We're going to be going from Montreal to Ottawa, from Ottawa to Toronto. Should be very cool, man. CST, my man, 16 months. Appreciate you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Says, Buonasera from Italy. Strange to be watching your streams in the evening. Hope all is well. What a lucky guy. Whereabouts in Italy are you, man? That sounds fantastic. Can you please have some great food on behalf of us today? Maybe a fresh pizza, some pasta, all the good stuff. Appreciate you, man. 16 months. Thank you, dude. Releasing a product with no VNAV, custom autopilot and stuff is like charging $20 for scenery without with default buildings. Like I said, man, I would agree with you. I would agree with you. What's even worse is promising custom buildings, but then imagine promising custom buildings and then releasing 4 other sceneries the exact same way. That's what's like truly troubling, in my opinion. Is like, okay, like I can understand, like, okay, you're a new development group, you need some time to get this done, that's fine. Oh wait, you just released another plane? That's odd. We still don't have the things promised in the first plane. Wait, you released another plane, but we still don't have any of the things that we have. You released another plane and we still don't have those things? That's where it's like, holy shit, dude. Top altitude, 23,000 feet. Let's bug up 230 here on the CD, not the CDU. Is that the CDU? That's the CDU. On the autopilot panel, FCU, whatever you want to call it. Cool, park brakes coming off. Everything's good upstairs. We're going to tune to ground. I should have looked around me. Make sure we're okay. Yeah, we're good. Contact ground or tune to ground 121850. We're with ground now. Let's go engine mode selector to the start position. I'm going to go ahead and spool up engine numero 2. Good. Mike, what's up, my man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. I saw you threw in your application for World Flight. Very good, man. I put in a good word for you with Mr. Maverick. I said Mike would be a great fit. I said Mike is also used to working these crazy hours. Here's the thing with World Flight, and I honestly mean this. Block time, thank you. Here's the thing with World Flight, and I think maybe some people don't necessarily realize the World Flight is it's pretty chaotic, man. It's 24/7, right, for like an entire week, which is pretty crazy. You know, Mav is here. Good to see you, Mav. I actually
Alpha November Golf 25, and we're caution that heavy traffic, Skyward 1426.
pushed back and went flying tail to the ground and crashed on the pushback. Then loaded again, a different gate. The whole game crashed your desktop. Very weird. Very weird. What is World Flight? Basically, we fly around the world for charity. 7 days non-stop. It doesn't stop. Flights at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. It's around the clock, man. It does not stop. So it's a pretty incredible thing. More importantly, we raise money for charities. More importantly, to be honest with you, as viewers and people that watch the streams, you guys get all kinds of amazing products, right? Because we have tons of companies, Thrustmaster, any builds that reach out and they allow us to do some really cool giveaways and stuff like that. So we don't rent a cockpit, no. This year we're actually kind of building our own little like makeshift cockpit, if you will. So it should be really nice. Capture call on Flight Radar 24 and pick a completely random flight and do it in the sim sometime. I mean, we could, sure. Obviously, it depends on like scenery and stuff like that. Hey Cap, what cheap CPU would you go with a 4070? I'm buying a pre-built. It comes with an i5 12400, but is that going to work for Microsoft? It should work in Microsoft. I would look at the 7800X 3D. That is by far the best bang for your buck right now. Is the Ryzen 7800X 3D. Yeah.
United 6013.
Raffles, that's right, correct.
To Alpha Alpha, the first
Ralph.
Raffles.
Ralphles.
Push the Alpha facelift.
We pushed on to Alpha Sierra, not Alpha Alpha, so I don't think we had to call. We might have, we probably should have, because there's a no movement line, and we just realized that, so we're going to call and we're going to act like we didn't realize that we did that, alright? Cool. Yes, sir, depending on how things go and my vacation time looks like this year, I might be able to pull off a couple days down there. Go on vacation in a couple weeks, so my PTO is limited. Got you. Cool, man. When is World Flight? November 3rd to the 10th. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. King, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Did Cat forget to call for push? Yeah, Denver's one of those weird airports, man. I always forget, because every one of the other ones you don't have to call for push, but I think because this is a... Yeah, you can see it on the chart. Well, you can see right there. There's the non-movement line. So yes, I absolutely should have called for push, but that's okay. We're gonna play stupid, Chesh. We're gonna play stupid. We're gonna act like we didn't know. And we're gonna be like, oh wow, I'm so sorry. I just realized now I should be. Flaps are one. Ground spoiler. The guy's probably watching my stream. Like, you ain't fooling no one, Captain.
Looks like you got out of the hotel. Make a left down the Gulf.
Predictive wind shear system is on and auto, looking good. Auto brakes over to max RTO. We've got flight level 230 plugged in, which is top altitude. Speeds blanked out. All of that is good. We've got all that information in there. 34, 34, 36, good. Upstairs, EPU comes off. EPU bleed comes off, good. We'll let them know that we pushed back onto Alpha Sierra and we are ready to taxi with ATIS information. Info Papa. Denver ground, very good morning. Frontier flight 3861. Just realized we pushed on to Alpha Sierra without calling you, but we're ready to taxi. We've got ATIS information, Papa.
Frontier flight 3861, Denver ground, thanks for Papa. No worries, just next time call for push. Runway 25, taxi via Alpha Alpha Golf.
Runway 25, Alpha Alpha Golf. I usually park at the other gates at Denver. I didn't think you had to call for push here at these... I just realized looking at the charts.
It's no worries, it's in your PDC as well.
Got you, thank you. Alright, cool. Park brake is coming off. He wants Alpha Alpha Golf. So, we've got Alpha Alpha. So we're going to slowly cross the line over here to Alpha Alpha. He got you with it. It's in your PDC. I know, and I usually read the PDC. Oh, it literally says, it literally says, look at the very last message, contact 12185 with ATIS for push. Stupid Captain. What you get for not reading the whole thing, Captain? Naughty boy. Naughty, naughty boy he is. Gamer Social Life dropping the $2 donation. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very much for support. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredibly kind. Appreciate you, dude. Thanks so much. Real close to that building there. Thanks so much, Gamer Social Life. Guys, get some love and chat for Gamer Social Life. Already drunk in first class. I don't even know. We just pushed back from the gate. I don't know how he's so drunk. He must have been drinking inside the terminal. Thanks for support, man. Appreciate you, dude. Every time I start up the sim, I get about 90% to loading screen, then the game just crashes. I've tried updating my drivers, clearing space on my computer, but nothing works. Can you help? Try renaming your community folder. Unrealistically stupid. Find out where your community folder is. Try and put like a 1 at the end of it, and then try launching the sim that way. There might be something in your community folder that's corrupt. So if you rename your community folder, you may be able to get into the game, and then you'll know.
I'm now revoking your Flight Sim University degree. Please return to gate and give your piece of paper and go home.
Nice. Captain Lee coming in with the $14 donation. I'm going to get you up on that leaderboard. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you, buddy.
Me. I'm drunk.
In drunk.
Continue taxi.
Nice. Huge no floaties to you, man. Is that a Alaska E175 in front of us? Nice. Wonder if he has VNAV in his E175. I feel like they all do. Flight control, flap McDo disagree. Yes, because we're flaps too. Thank you. At least this year with a simple cockpit and PC running Microsoft, it won't have many tech issues. You are 100% correct. Yes, I'm very much excited for that. We're going to be flying the PMDG 777. We've got Thrustmaster on board, so we're going to have 2 Thrustmaster yokes. We're going to have 2 Thrustmaster pendular pedals, Thrustmaster throttle in the middle. We've got some really cool ideas. We're going to do the whole overhead panel. We're going to do it using stream decks. So I'm super excited for that. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, man. And again, we're flying just Microsoft. Only the sceneries that we're using for World Flight installed, and we're actually getting the we're actually getting the flight plan here soon. Maverick was saying, I believe. We're going to be getting the flight plan for World Flight this year pretty soon, so we can kind of
124.3, no floaties.
124.3. Thanks for ATC, man. We'll see you soon. No floaties. No VNAV coming soon, like the A330, maybe, man. That E75 is probably an X-plane, could be, yeah. Gamer Social Life, thank you again, man. Dropping the $10 donation with the $2 donation. I gotta get you guys up on that leaderboard. So give me a second. 1243 is here. I'm gonna get Captain Lee up top on that again. Captain Lee taking the top spot already. What the hell happened here?
United 236, when ground tells you to change tag, you gotta contact me right away. RNF to Mugby, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
You know, he's just handing me off, but he didn't hand me off at all.
Alright, 14 for Captain Lee.
Denver Tower, Los Sky was 1426. We'll also be ready behind this United 320 Go.
Sky was 1426, Denver Tower, runway 25, line up and wait.
Line up, wait 25, forward, Sky was 1426.
Alright, Captain Lee is in there. And then we got to get Gamer Social Life up there as well on that leaderboard. Sorry guys, let me come to a stop here. I'm trying to taxi while I'm on my second computer. Doesn't really work out all that much. The iFly Max looks very promising. PMDG may have to shift gears. I'm excited. I've never owned any iFly products, but I've heard good things about them, to be honest with you.
Don't forget his guy.
49 whiskey dropping the $15 donation. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you very much for your support, dude. I appreciate you. That is incredibly kind. I will get you up on that leaderboard now, my man. Thank you very much for your support. Appreciate you. Incredibly kind. We get 49 whiskey up there. Beauty.
Down American 3497 holding short 25 behind TCRJ taxiing on the 25 Golf. American 3497 Denver Tower, Roger. United 236 departures offline for change approved. And United 236, sorry about that, I didn't realize Grandin hand job on.
No worries,
All right.
Skywest 1426, 1240 at 4, RNF to Mugby, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
There we go. Everybody's in there. Appreciate you guys, man. Thanks so much. The iFly Max on P3D is brilliant. Ah, well, that's great news, because I've never flown one of their products before, so...
American 3497, yeah. Denver Tower, runway 25.
Dante, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well.
Runway 25, American 3497.
Gamer Social Life dropping another 5 bones to get on top of that leaderboard. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. That is incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you, man. iFly posted the first video of their Max for Microsoft on YouTube, so I think they might be close. Hopefully, man. Yeah. What is FrameGen mod? It essentially allows 2000 and 3000 series cards to take advantage of the newest NVIDIA tech, which is FrameGen. So essentially, it doubles your FPS. So if you're getting 30 FPS at an airport, you'd be getting 60. around that. That's pretty much what it is.
Skywest 1426, you're still offline for quick change of route. Have a good flight.
Thank you very much. We'll see you on later.
Is frame gen free?
Adios.
Yes, you can put exclamation point frames in chat. Yep. Goodman, are you in Russia? I had no clue. You have like incredibly good English and structure to like your messages. I would have never guessed. Gamer Social Life, thank you, man. Appreciate you, dude.
RNF's the Mugby runway 25, cleared for takeoff.
Very cool, Goodman. I had no clue, man.
Mugby 25, cleared for takeoff, American 34.
Gamer Social Life, we're flying. Thank you again, man. I appreciate you, dude.
3861, Denver Tower, runway 25, line up and wait.
25, line up and wait for your flight 3861. Alrighty, line up and wait, amigos. Landing lights are coming on, runway turnoffs are on, strobe lights are on, wing lights are on, nose light to take off. Never in my life seen a female flight simmer. Have you? I have. Yeah, there's a couple of them out there, man. I feel like more and more, especially with like Microsoft, it's becoming a little bit more accessible for everybody. Yeah, I mean we have the lady controller, we have the woman on Pilot Edge. She controls us all the time. Forget her name, it's slipping my mind. I do know her name because I've been controlled by her forever. There's a couple on VATSIM as well. This is not a woman. I just wanted to point that out there. What you're hearing, that's not a woman, so yeah.
I expect the piece of paper tonight in my messages. I have the void stamp ready.
Nice. $7 from Mr. Captain Lee. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you much for the support, dude. Appreciate you. Incredibly kind, man. Thank you. How do you get GSX profiles? You download them from flightsim.to. Flightsim.to. Do you recommend lossless scaling or frame gen? What's the difference? I guess it just depends. I've never used lossless scaling.
3861, RNAV to Mugby, runway 25, cleared for takeoff.
RNAV Mugby 25, cleared for takeoff. Frontier Flight 3861. All right, friends, look at that. We're getting ready to go. I don't know if that American, I guess he's not going with us, but I don't know. We're cleared to go. So, joystick cam is coming on. The sounds are going up. Y'all ready to rock and roll? Let's do it. It's going to be a long takeoff roll here in Denver. High altitude departures. Always a lot of fun. Throttle's up to about 40%. Good. Beautiful. Chrono comes on. Let's go flying. Manflex 56 SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Slight nose down pressure on the side stick. Takeoff power set. Airspeed is alive.
United 6013, Denver Tower, runway 25, line up and wait.
100 knots, we're neutral. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Frontier Flight 3861, Sunday departure.
Unicom, thanks for your TC. Have a great day. Frontier Flight 3861. All right, over to Unicom 228. And we are RNAV Mugby. Gamer Social Life dropping another $2 donation. Thank you again, man. Up to 19 bones on the month. Appreciate you, man. The new sounds are incredible, in my opinion. I'm going to give us a nice wing view as we bring this into climb power, because there's going to be a nice D-rate. So listen to this one. Ooh. So good. Pops up position 1. Bring that nose down a little bit. I love me a good JTAD, to be honest with you, good man, but principle is the matter here, my friend. Principle is the matter. Very hazy here this morning. I don't know if there's like forest fires or something going on, but very hazy. Robert, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday afternoon to you, my friend. Belgian flight sim pilot, 26 months. Best content creator for Flight Sim. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. Flaps clean. Incredibly kind, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Glad you're enjoying the content. These are stock sounds, correct? Yes. These are the sounds since the last update. We're going to bug up our cruise altitude, which is 36,000 feet set. We'll continue the climb. There's about 6 fires burning in the northwest of Colorado. Got you. It's pretty neat that it's even modeled in the simulator. Like it's weirdly hazy out there. Even on the METAR, it was saying 6 miles, 4 to 6 mile visibility. It makes sense. I say it's weed smoke. I mean, we are in Colorado. It is legal. There's an altitude restriction. We're just going to go open climb. Actually, I think we just passed through it. Yeah, we're good. It was 10,000 feet at Mugby. So looking good. There's 10,000 feet. Autopilot 1 is on. Autopilot 1 is on. Flight deck. Bring those sounds down here just a little bit. Beautiful. Flew Salt Lake City to MCI on Tuesday and saw the forest fires at 34,000 feet. Damn, that's pretty crazy. Do you find the sounds a little quiet since the update? They're definitely changed wayward. What I notice, especially in this view, if you listen, is the wind. I don't necessarily think that the sounds are lower. I think that they balanced some sounds and tweaked some sounds. In my opinion, they might be a little bit quieter, but I think it's that it's the wind. It's all you hear. Like you barely hear you can hear the engines, but you barely hear them until like you go like a wing view or something like that. It sounded like this up here before. Now it's the wind, man. They've added a wind. I don't think there's anything in here that you can change to get that to. No, there's brightness. I wish that they made it so you could change the sounds, but unfortunately, I don't think you can. Turn those both off. But yeah, I think it's the sounds. I'm flying to Italy right now, can barely hear them, that's it. Huh, interesting. Is 2.0.0.407 the most up-to-date version? Correct, yes. Just need them to release the 319, 321. Very excited for that. Very excited for that. Coming up to the Rocky Mountains, friends. Through our climb. Speed's good, climb is good, good performance. We're climbing up to 36,000 feet. And we're going to disarm the ground spoilers and pretty smooth air up here. So we'll kill all the lights. We'll get the landing lights, runway turnoffs, wing lights, and seatbelt signs all to the off position. Beautiful. When are you going to do air transat ops again? Air Transat flies 330s and 321 Neos, 777, so it makes it a little bit difficult to do Air Transat ops when we don't have any of those airplanes. We could do retro A310 Air Transat ops, but yeah. Gamer Social Life, thank you very much, my friend. Captain Lee is going to be just in top spot with the $21 donation. Let me get you up top, Captain Lee. Faraz, thank you, man. Appreciate you as well. 10 months. Says, hey, Captain, how are you doing? 2 months to go for 1 year. My man. Huge no floaties to you, dude. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate you. Incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gamer Social Life up with 19 smackaroons. Get you into second spot. All right, and then 49 Whiskey. Rounding out the leaderboard. Here. 15 bones. There we go. Nice. Sweet. There we go. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Gamer Social Life dropping another $2 donation. Says, I've been drinking. Play it. Huge no floats to you, man. Thank you for the support, sir. I appreciate you. He been drinking. In our Transit used to fly the 320. There are a couple of nice liveries on fs.to. They've since retired the 320. Man, I don't ever remember Air Transat flying A320s. I only remember Transat in the 310, the 330s, the A321neos. They might have, back in the day, they might have flown it. Maybe like hand-me-downs from Air Canada or something like that. Interesting, I didn't know. Gamer Social Life, thank you so much, man. Putting you up to 21 smackaroons on the month. Tied with Mr. Captain Lee. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very, very much for support, dude. I used to fly 7.3s as well. Huh, interesting. Ken, what's up, my man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Air Transit
Stoked
required.
to finally earn my captain stripe next week.
Ooh.
5 days.
My man, Fly Daddy-O, coming in with the $41 donation. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very much, Fly Daddy-O. That is incredibly kind. Get you up on that leaderboard. Top spot, guys. Can we please get some love for Mr. Fly Daddy-O and Gamer Social Life showing the love for the channel, man, and Captain Lee, and of course 49 Whiskey. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much for support. Incredibly kind. Huge no floaties to you. Gamer Social Life dropping another $1 as well to get him up above. Nice. Gamer Social Life with 22 smackaroons. Good. We're going to do a little bit of a flip-flop here. Captain Lee is going to go to the bottom. 49 Whiskey off the board, unfortunately. There we go. And then we need to add Fly Daddy-O into the top spot with his 40. We're going to call that $42 just for the sake of space. 42 bones. Fly Daddy-O, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you, dude. Incredibly kind. Gamer Social Life as well. Thank you very much for support, man. Really do appreciate you, dude. TMD a photo of their old E320. That livery is available for download. It makes it a bit different if you want to fly Air Transat, maybe retro ops or something. That could be cool. Let me see. Damn. Why have I never seen that? Maybe I have seen it and I'm just going crazy. I don't ever, like, that's a pretty ballin' livery too. Why don't I ever remember seeing that? Weird. How long have they had their A321s? Probably ever since they got rid of the A320s, I would assume, right? Probably makes the most sense. One would think. Mr. Midnight Maverick dropping the $5 donation. I appreciate you, man. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you very much. Says, sorry, Mav is poor right now, but Cap, I see some world flight worthy pilots in chat. Yes, after stream, Maverick, I am going to make a Discord announcement in my Discord, and I'm going to pin the email address for the world flight team, and we will hopefully get a bunch of people that are interested in joining the world flight team. I've mentioned it before, and I'll mention it to a bunch of people in chat as well. We currently have some open applications for the world flight team. If you're a seasoned veteran, if you will, of flight sim, and you're over 18 years old, and you would like to
Sorry,
join...
Nav is poor right now, lol, but Cap, I see some world flight worthy pilots in chat.
Yes, sir.
Eyes.
Eyes. If any of you would like to join the world flight team, I will post the application process. Is there an application, Mav, or do they just reach out to you with an email? Is that how that works? I'm not quite sure. The Sports Zone dropping the $50 donation. Unbelievably kind. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you. Birdie Man, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. You just send an email? Okay, cool. Which positions are open? I believe that we are looking for pilots. I think we've got the back-end stuff kind of taken care of with...
Now the Sports Zone is at the top of the leaderboard. Enjoy the weekend at the cottage with the future wife, Cap.
Thank you, my friend. I definitely will. It's going to be an incredible time. I am very, very, very much looking forward to it, man. Oh, boy.
Sorry, Captain, I couldn't wait till cruise to open a pack of Biscoffs. No floaties.
This guy, man, ripping open the Biscoffs, grabbing top spot. Huge no floaties to you. Holy macaroni. Sports Zone dropping the $50 donation. Thank you very much, my friend. That is incredibly kind. I will have a great weekend. I will hopefully post some pictures up on the Discord of my experience and how it went. So thank you very much for support. And then we've got Matthew O stepping up, dropping the $140 donation. Matthew, thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you. That is incredibly kind. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, let's get some love and chat for everybody. The Sports Zone, Mr. Midnight Maverick, Gamer Social Life, Captain Lee, 49 Whiskey, Fly Daddy-O, everybody, man. Guys, thank you all for the support. I truly do appreciate you, man. That is incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry, just to go off of the last topic, we're looking for pilots, I believe, for World Flight. Maverick, if you're still here, if you can correct me if I'm wrong or something, but I think we're just looking for pilots. I think we've got the back-end stuff taken care of. We've got like Civ Ryan, we've got Mustafa, we've got Dan Barry. Dan Barry's pretty much going to be like the IT tech guy this year, I think. I don't think Dan's going to be doing any flying this year. I know that Mr. Mopar dude is joining the team as a pilot as well, so you'll see Mopar flying the aircraft as well. I'm sure he's going to get in some routes. So yeah, it's going to be fun, man. I'm really looking forward to this year. Like a couple people have mentioned, it's cool to like go into like a full simulator and stuff like that. Trust me, it's very cool. But I think this year, ultimately, that we're in a bigger aircraft and it's going to be just a much more stable environment. It's not going to be like super last minute Maverick and Rookie having to move the sim and everything that they had to do. But I know that we're looking for pilots. So pilots mainly, but anything you can think to help. If you want to reach out, you can see what we can do as well. Cool. And it's going to be a week long. It is from, what is it, Maverick? Sunday the 3rd till Sunday the 10th of November. I'm flying in from the 2nd to the 9th. I will be there Saturday to Saturday. That was the best routing that I could get to fly down there. So I'm there Saturday to Saturday. I believe the event is like Sunday. It's the 2nd to the 9th or the 10th. Okay, perfect. There you go. That's right. Because it's an Australian time, the time zones ends up being super weird, right? So we're going to be in the PMDG 777 this year. That's what we're going to be doing. So we're in the PMDG 777 this year. So again, using Thrustmaster products. So we're going to have 2 Thrustmaster yokes, Thrustmaster throttle, Thrustmaster pendular rudder pedals. We're making like the shell of a 777. So we've got the dimensions down for the shell of the aircraft. So we're making a custom. We're going to be able to use it. We're kind of thinking in future, but we're going to put together like 2x4 and some plywood. We're going to make like the front shell of an aircraft, and then we're going to have we've got 2 Boeing chairs from Next Level Racing. So it's going to be pretty cool, man. Like I mentioned, we've got some stream decks. We're going to be doing an overhead panel with stream decks, so it's not going to look like an exact overhead panel, but instead of like, you know, having to put your camera up and stuff like that, we're going to have like the overhead panel done with stream decks and stuff like that. It's going to be cool, man. It's going to be a very different feel than how it was last year in the real thing, but yeah, it's going to be awesome. Captain, can I fly it? Sure. Jet A1 celebrating 2 years. So just realized my first Maple Leaf. Thanks, Cap, for all that you do. Best Flight Sim channel by far, my man. Huge no floaties to you, dude. Thank you for the support. Incredibly kind. Thank you for the kind words. Appreciate you. All right, I got to do some seconds here on that. Did I hear earlier you're flying on a 787? You are, Matthew. Yes. So I got an email I got an email from Air Canada last week, late last week, and it basically said you've got enough points to fly like around the world or something like that, is something like what they said. And they were like, as a special promotional offer, book any flight using your points and you are eligible for a free cabin upgrade. So I thought to myself, interesting, okay. So I looked at my routing for World Flight. It was either Ottawa, Toronto, Toronto, LA, or it was Ottawa, Montreal, Montreal, LA. The cool thing about the Ottawa to Montreal, Montreal to LA flight is the Montreal to LA flight, they operated on the 787-800. The Toronto to LA flight is on an A321. So I thought, well, if I'm gonna use this free upgrade pass that I have, I might as well, go on the 787, right, and get the premium business class experience, and the meals and the drinks and the lay flat seats and stuff like that. Now, I don't think I have a lay flat seat because I think I'm in premium economy. That's what my upgrade is, but I will have to confirm that on my tickets when I do everything. But yeah, that is the plan so far. Matthew, thank you for the support, man. I appreciate you. 140 on the month, incredibly kind. I'm going to get you down here. Skyworker, you should definitely join the team. I think you would have a great time out there with the guys as well. It's just an incredible experience, man. And we got to get the Sports Zone up here. Thank you again, man, for that $50 donation. Incredibly kind. I will get you up here, the Sports Zone, and that's going to be on the 50 bones. There we go. Leaderboard is set. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I may have to put in my application to fly. That sounds like a blast. Yeah, the only thing I can say here, chat, is just please, 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 please keep this in mind. If you're going to apply and your new video by Max, okay, we'll watch that on the second flight. I don't think we have enough time on this flight. When's our descent? Hold on. Well, we're reaching climb. We may actually have time, actually. Well, not really. Top of descent's right there already. You can see it. Top of climb, top of descent. 150 miles, something like that. If you're going to apply for World Flight, please, 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 please make sure that you can have the availability. Please make sure you can have the availability. The last thing we want to do is people to apply for World Flight, them get a slot on the World Flight team, and then you not be able to make it, and it throws the schedule all in a fucking loop, right? Because this is a time-sensitive event, and it's and because it's a 24-hour event, you know what I mean? We have to, if you're gonna apply and you're gonna, tell Maverick and the team that you're gonna be there, you gotta be there. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. If you can't make it, if for whatever reason you don't have any vacation time, you're not 100% sure that you can take the time off and you can be there. Now, that being said, you don't have to be there for the entire week as well, right? Like if you can only make it for 3 or 4 days, that's fine too. Just be honest and open with it. You know what I mean? So Felix, huge no floaties to you, man. Dropping a gifted membership. Thank you very much for support. I appreciate you. That is incredibly kind, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you, man. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna put the website in chat now for anybody that's interested in that. Let me get the website from Maverick. Maverick, are you on your phone? Is it in the Discord? I don't know where you put it. Maverick, can you send me the email address? I don't see it here. Am I stupid? Team announcements, schedule announcements? No. Team announcements? Where's it under, Mav? You show me. I could probably find it. V1 crashed the 727. How did he manage to do that one? Did he try and do like overweight and what happened with that one? That's not a good look. A real-world pilot crashing his airplane. Didn't trim for takeoff. You'll send it? Okay, thank you. Appreciate you, man. Absolutely, Matthew. Like, keep it in mind, right? It's kind of like a thing, right? Some people can make it 1 year and some people can't make it. You know what I mean? So, all right, here is the email, guys. If you want to apply, there's really no, you just send an email. Mav, what do you want them? Do you want them to like introduce themselves? Introduce yourself in the email. Talk about maybe how many years you've been flying, if you have any experience in the PMDG 777. And then also know, Mav, just for clarification, for the people that'll be joining, you'll be flying on the right side, correct? Everybody that's joining, because essentially we have all the captain roles, right? It would be you, me, Jeff. Is Jeff going, Mav? Have you confirmed with Jeff yet? Have you confirmed that... I know that Honcho's not going, Mav. I don't know if you knew that already, but Honcho's not going this year. I know that we were waiting on his vote, but Honcho's not going. I don't know if Paul will be going. I don't know if Ryan's going. I haven't spoken to Ryan. I haven't spoken to Jeff. There's a couple people I haven't spoken to yet, so I don't know if they're going, but I just wasn't sure if you knew about that. Include your YouTube handle and your real name. Okay, there's the email address, guys, if you're interested. If any of you want to apply, if you want to send an email, if you're curious, if you want to know more information about it, you can send an email. Wings for Hope, that's the new team name as well. We're moving away from the SoCal crew or whatever the hell we were last year, but yeah. Want to give you something back too. Thank you for always providing class streams. Keep it going. 2025 will set new standards. I appreciate you, Felix. You know, it's kind of crazy, Felix. I was having this chat with my mom the other day because my mom is always concerned about my YouTube career and how things are going. And I was telling her, I was saying, you know, for the first time, I think since I started doing this flight sim stuff, I truly feel like my streaming spot is like solidified within the community with the release of 2024 coming up and some of the things that we have for the channel. Don't forget, man, I'm under a couple NDAs right now. I'm not allowed to share with you guys what's going on and what I'm doing and what's happening behind the scenes, but let me tell you, we have an exciting couple of months coming up. I can promise you, without divulging too much information, I can promise you that we have some amazing content coming. I truly think 2024, 2025 is just going to be monumental for the home base flight sim. The amount of aircraft that are in development, the amount of aircraft that are going to come out, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So, he kept, what's the maximum RAM usage you've ever seen in 2020? Use out of your 32, about 16 gigs, Turks made. Yeah, 16 and a half, something like that. You know what I mean? Break the NDA, big dog. Talk to us. I wish, dude. I wish I could. I hopefully, I think sooner than later, I should be able to do that, but... Hey Gap, how are you? Do you think X-Plane 12 is worth buying? That's really up to you, Minimus. How are you, man? Good to see you. Welcome back. It's really up to you, dude. Is it a viable option? Sure. It depends how much time and effort you want to put into it, right? Like, that's really all it is. Tills, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. 108 miles till top of descent. Sonny, you asked earlier where I'm flying a 787 to for World Flight this year. World Flight down in, instead of flying into Ontario, which was like stupid expensive, I'm going to fly into LA and then I'm going to do the an hour and a half drive from LA to Ontario. So like for an example, it cost me roughly 56,000 points, 56 or 58,000 points, and that's with like seat selection, you know, paid baggage, all that stuff. It was about 50, I think it was 56,000 points, aeroplan points, to fly into LA. To fly into Ontario, it was 90,000 points. Which is fucking bananas, dude. 90,000 points to fly into Ontario. So, yeah. I'll take the hour drive and we'll be good to go. Plus, rental cars are way cheaper in LA than Ontario as well. It's a pretty nice hour drive too. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Highways are super wide open. I'm getting there at like a, I'm getting there at, I get there in the evening as well. I think like 9 o'clock at night I land on Saturday. So that'll be perfect, man. It's evening. I'll get the rental car. It's not, there's going to be no rush hour on a Saturday. I know LA is busy, but you know, Saturday night, the roads should be a little bit more open than, let's say, like on a, you know, Friday at peak times and stuff like that. So, yeah. DJ Mocom, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope we're doing well. Warren, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope we're doing well. Cap, for the next time flying into Vienna, maybe you could fly with Lada again. Picked up my father from the airport yesterday just in time to see his arrival. Nice. Yeah, very cool. Mike, what gate? They went up to... it's this gate. It's the Alphas up here is where Frontier... Right here, sorry, Bravo. Bravo 1 is where the real aircraft parked. We'll take any one of these ones. Bravo 1, Bravo 3, Bravo 5. Frontier, I think, parks any of those ones. And we should be good. Let's see if the weather's been updated at all. 040 at 3 knots. Nah, we'll still plan for the 16s. We're fine there. Ontario is only a 3-hour and 45-minute drive for you. That's not bad as well. Yeah, not bad at all, man. V1 just crashed the new 727 on takeoff. Funny stream at the moment. Cool. Cool. 50K over MTOW. He's flying Aerosource, and chat made him go over MTOW. He's lining up for his 3rd try, taking off right now. Awesome. Cool. I saw, Mike, you put something in chat. Sorry, man, I missed that. Something about... There's a big reason why I'm happy I started my YouTube journey when I did. The next couple years are going to be insane. Oh, 100%, dude. 100%. I think it's going to be... you know, there's a famous saying, right? Is you... Patience is, you know, patience is a virtue, and those who are patient and those who wait, you know, it usually pays off, right? And I think this is a prime example of waiting. You know what I mean? So. Doing good, thanks. Enjoying your streams after a long day at work. Nice to relax. Warren, awesome, man. Glad you enjoyed it, dude. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's not a bad drive at all, Mike. I guess with you, like you were saying, is the paid time off, right? The PTOs. So, yeah, like I said, man, obviously if you can't make it for the full week, maybe for a couple days or something like that. So maybe you can go for, you know, I don't know what your work schedule's like, but maybe you can go for 3 or 4 days or something, you know what I mean? Which is always better than not being able to go at all, right? Like there was a ton of guys last year that were only in town for a little bit, you know what I mean? So maybe, you know, you take an extra day or two, right? So let's say you have 2 or 3 days off, then you add an extra day or two onto that, and you can get that, you know what I mean? And you'd be, you know, essentially good to go, right? So that could be it as well. You're eating pizza, want a slice? What kind of pizza? Wouldn't mind one. Mike at World Flight? I think he sent in an application. Yeah. By the way, chat, again, if you missed it and you would like to send in an application, there is the email address for the application, obviously at gmail.com. Let me actually remove that. But yeah, if anybody's interested in sending in an application, send your YouTube name and all that fun stuff to there, and you should be good to go. Expect 19,000 at Spain. Do we have that in here? Spain is here. Spain needs to be 19,000. 19,000 for altitude. Insert. Good. And then I think we've got the rest of them. Fairfield at 17, Drive at 15, Pitt at 11, Magni at 11 as well. Pitt, Magni at 15, 11, 11, 17, 15, 11, 11. Okay, good. Top of descent, 55 miles. Let's go ahead and plug in some information here. Updated weather, 040 at 3 knots, so really shouldn't be of any concern. Age requirement, 18 plus, and obviously just understand that you're going to be paying for accommodations, hotel, Airbnb, whatever it may be. Usually what we like to do is we like to group up in groups of 4 or 5, and we all split on Airbnbs. So myself, Mopar Dude, Dan Barry, and Flyboy, we all go every year together, and we split on an Airbnb. Just for an example, we got an Airbnb, a 4-bedroom house, 4 beds, 3.5 bathrooms. We're paying about $400 each for the week, which is incredible. If you try and stay at any hotel or anything like that, you're going to be spending over $1,000 for a week on a hotel, which is just absurd to me. So if you know anybody, if you're okay with shacking up with somebody, splitting an Airbnb or something like that, that would be the way to go, to be honest with you. 31 degrees, 3024. Damn, hot. 31 degrees, 3024. As hot as it is here today. Barrow minimums for 16 right, 4423. Airport elevation, 4427. So 4423, 4423 into the barrel minimums. Good. Cool. All that is done. 42 miles till descent. Cap, I have a 400-gram ribeye in the fridge waiting for me. We shall be back shortly. Ooh, that sounds delicious. That sounds real good. Is that Navgraph charts you use? Yes, absolutely, Warren. Absolutely, man. The best of the best for the flight simmers, honestly, man. If you're flight simming and you're not using Navigraph, I mean, I know that there are other options out there, but there's nothing like Navigraph. Sorry, man. Justin, what's up, my man? Huge enough floaties to you, man. Justin, you should send in an application, man. If you think you can get away for a week in November, I think you'd make a good fit on the World Flight team as well, dude. I think you could have a lot of fun with World Flight. It's badass, man. We've got some company messages, obviously, here. And obviously, we're trying to build up the best team possible, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Civ Ryan. Great content creator on YouTube. Does a lot of, like, GTA stuff, but also does a ton of flight sim stuff. We've got Jeff Faviano, obviously, on the team as well. We've got a real-world pilot in Paul. He flies A320s for Delta. Unbelievable person, super cool dude. Usually brings his wife, equally as awesome. Great people to hang out with. Great people to pick his brain about, too, if you're wanting to become a pilot or you want more information on becoming a pilot or something like that. But, yeah. It's from the 2nd to the 9th, Justin, of November. 2nd to the 9th. It's a week. Obviously, I'm telling people, like, if you can't make it for a week, that's understandable. Even if you can come out for 3-4 days or something like that, that would still be badass as well. So, but yeah, November 2nd to the 9th would be the dates. So Freddie, here's my take, man. I know you're just coming into stream, so I'll keep this as short, as sweet as possible. I've already given FSS money, and they have not provided me with a product that I am happy with. Long story short, I have a problem supporting a company that, instead of focusing and fixing the primary problems and issues that they have with their aircraft, no VNAV, no custom autopilot, no custom FMC, things that were promised that we still don't have, yet they're putting out more airplanes. That's where I kind of draw the line, and I have a problem, man. As a development group, and I feel that you need to focus on the task at hand. You've released numerous products now that are unfinished as far as third-party aircraft are considered, right? They're really no better than like Captain Sim or Latin VFR airplanes or anything like that, right? So that's my big problem in supporting FSS with the 727. Once I get my custom FMC, my autopilot, my VNAV, I may reconsider what I'm, you know, how I'm thinking in my logic right now. But I just have a really hard time giving more money to a company that hasn't really even provided me with the product that I bought initially. I hope that makes sense. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to, like, you know, discredit what they're doing. I've seen this before in the flight sim community, and it's just I've been burned by similar situations in the past, so I'm a little bit more cautious now, if you will. So that's it, man. Yeah. Do you have an interest in the 727? It looked top tier last night. Yeah, again, Yending, I kind of just explained how my situation, man. I personally am not a big, like, 727 guy. I would fly it, and I would fly it every now and then. I'm sure we could have some fun in it, but at this point, when it comes down to, like, this aircraft, it's more about principle when it comes to that. It's, like I mentioned, man, I bought the FSS Embraer series, and that has yet to really deliver anything other than, like, a cool little fun airplane to fly around with. I mean, it doesn't have a custom FMC. I can barely go direct to, you can barely fly it on VATSIM, for fuck's sakes. No VNAV, no custom autopilot, nothing. Still nothing, but yet they keep releasing more and more airplanes. That's a little bit troubling to me. I think that a development group, if you're going to push out an airplane, especially an airplane in early access, and you're going to promise certain features, I think that it should be the #1 priority to release those features on the existing aircraft that you have already put out, right? I also find it kind of hilarious that the next aircraft that you put out has no auto throttle, has no FMC, has no autopilot, basically nothing. I just find that, like, ironically hilarious that that was the next aircraft of their choice. You know, an aircraft that doesn't have to worry about FMC, autopilot, or any of that. Obviously, they're stuck. I firmly believe at this point that they need help from external sources, and yeah, this is good info to have. Thanks for your honest critique of the dev groups. I'm just getting into this, and I don't know who is trustworthy. Yeah, if you're looking for trustworthy, I'd be looking towards the lines of AnyBuilds, PMDG, Fenix. There are other great ones out there. Just Flite is really good. There's a bunch of great GA developers as well. Like I mentioned, man, I've seen this in the past where developers promise all of these features and it just never comes to light, and they keep trying to push out other airplanes or other products to keep money flow coming in so they can keep, you know, taking money and money and money. This isn't any critique on anybody else. I can't speak for any other content creator. Obviously, V1 is streaming it right now, and he has no problem supporting them as a development group. So that's on him, right? That's his opinion, and that's what he doesn't seem to mind to share that to his community, and that's on him, right? That has nothing to do with me. I'm just trying to give you my perspective from my point, from somebody who has been burned in the past by very similar situations, and I'm maybe optimistically cautious now because I don't like wasting money, and more importantly, I don't like being made a fool. So, yeah. Doesn't the 727 look way more feature complete versus the E-Jets? Two different teams. I have no clue if it's two different teams. I don't think it is. It very well could be. again, that seems kind of silly. I don't understand. I don't understand if you're a new development team why you would want to put yourself in the FSS. It's not like they have a great standing with the community, so I don't understand the logic on that one. I don't know why you wouldn't just release it. If it was a different development group, why wouldn't they just take a different name and release it on there? Why would they take a name that's shrouded in controversy right now? Because a lot of people are pissed off that the Embraer is in the state that it has been for a while now. And I wouldn't really say feature complete. How, like, I mean, the 727 is extremely basic, man. It's basically VOR to VOR with a plugin, an INS plugin. And, I mean, yeah, it's cool, some of the stuff that they added with the EFB and, like, making sure that everything's done through the little command thing. That stuff's cool, sure. But I wouldn't really say feature complete. It's a very, very basic aircraft. It's not, you know, doing a VOR to VOR aircraft is probably the easiest one to do. But anyways, I don't buy the whole, oh, but it's a different team, and oh, it's a this, and oh, it's a that. I personally don't buy that. You're a development group. You call yourself FSS, everybody works for FSS. There shouldn't be different teams working on different things. Like I mentioned, man, it should be all hands on deck to finish the products that you have already released before releasing new products. You would never, ever, ever see Fenix, AnyBuilds, PMDG, any of the major developers. You would never see them release an aircraft in that state and then try and release another airplane. That's like PMDG giving you the 737 with no LNAV, VNAV, and a default FMC, but then also releasing the 737, and then also releasing the 777 in basically the same state, being like, well, we need more money. Aerosoft does it, but Aerosoft isn't really considered a good dev, are they? I don't think I've ever heard Aerosoft and great developer in the same sentence. Isn't Aerosoft kind of known as a meme in the community? Laughable? Their Airbus series for P3D is not good. Like, it's not really a good, you're comparing yourselves to, so you're saying FSS is basically the Aerosoft now flight sim. That's not a good look. I wouldn't want that look. Not a chance in hell would I want that. Are you having GSX issues? I am not, but if you are having GSX issues, go to where your GSX is installed, go to Virtuali, Airplanes, and make sure that you don't have the AnyBuilds. Make sure that you delete the 2 AnyBuilds folders that would be in there. Not AnyBuilds, sorry, the 2 Fenix folders that would be in there. Delete those. Didn't PMGG drop the 737 4 times before the flight tablet came out? Again, the flight tablet is not a custom autopilot. Are you, Yending, I feel like you're paid to be here by FSS right now, or you're a developer for FSS, or you've done some work from them. A tablet does not make an aircraft flyable the way that a custom autopilot, a custom FMC, or VNAV, or LNAV for that matter, does. Right? A tablet is an afterthought. You don't need a tablet to fly the airplane. You need VNAV, a custom autopilot, and a custom FMC to fly an airplane. The tablet has nothing to do with it. Yes, it took PMDG a little bit more time with the tablet than what I'm sure they originally scheduled for, but that's not a game-breaking, that doesn't define the aircraft. Yeah, I don't know. PMGG was fully functional prior to getting the EFB. Correct. That's exactly what that's why I said, are you paid by FSS to be here? Because I feel like that's a very silly comparison in my opinion. Hey Cap, I've always heard the Airbus A320s and 350s are easier to fly than Boeing. I've heard that the Boeings are a lot harder. Thinking of starting to try out the Airbus. Also, what Denver scenery do you use? Graydon, ! Scenery in chat, always, or you can check the link in the description. I always update that every stream, show you exactly what scenery and utilities that I'm using. I wouldn't necessarily say that Airbus is harder or easier in any essence, to be honest with you. Maybe it's easier because you fly with a joystick. I do feel like I have more control over the airplane when I fly with a joystick over a yoke, but I wouldn't necessarily say easier because Airbus definitely has its quirks. Try landing in like gusting crosswinds in an Airbus. Oh boy, it'll take you for a rip, man. It'll take you. Will you go back to X-Plane? Probably not, Anthony, to be honest with you. But I don't know. Probably not. But anyways, like I've mentioned, and I'll mention again for anybody that's in chat that thinks like I'm personally trying to attack FSS, I'm not, man. Just as a consumer and as somebody, and as somebody who, again, took the chance and bought into the development of the E-Jets and has been pretty disappointed, to be honest with you, since I bought it and since the release of the E-Jets. I just find it troubling and I find it concerning that they keep putting out more airplanes before ever releasing the first initial airplane that they said that was going to come out. That's it. I don't have any problem with FSS. I have no problem with the developers. I don't even know them. My concern lies within not completing projects before releasing new projects and new airplanes. That's it. That's my only concern with them. I can't stress that enough. So, Mav, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope we're doing well. GMC, my man. Huge no floaties to you. Coming in with the 5 gifted members. Appreciate you, man. Incredibly kind. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you, buddy. Guys, let's get some love in chat for GMC showing some love to the channel, gifting 5 members. 3024 on the Salt Lake QNH. And we've got a restriction here, 17,000 at FFU, and that's going to be 15,000 at Drive, I think. Yeah. Good. Did FSS offer you the 727? Absolutely not. No. I'm one of the only ones that seems to be critical of the situation that's going on here. I think I'm one of the only content creators who's been, you know, kind of questioning what's been going on. Why we keep getting releases of airplanes instead of that. So, did you know FSS just released a video on their YouTube that showed their custom FMC and VNAV for their E-Jets? They said in the video that it is complete and the E-Jets will be updated soon. Cool, man. I'll believe it when it happens, dude. That's great news. Like I said, great news. I'm looking forward to jumping back into the E-Jets, kind of learning the whole Embraer because it is very different. I'm excited for that, man. At the end of the day, that's really all I want is a product that I paid for and product that I was promised, right? So great news if that's the case. I did not see that they released a video, but if they did, that's great news. Absolutely great news. Is the cabin turned off? The cabin is turned off, yes. I took the risk and I got the 727. I'm gonna try and fly it tomorrow after work. Yeah, but you like those, like, completely different, right, Maverick? Like, you like those, you like that developer. You've always supported them. You've always had their back. Every conversation that I have with you, you've always said, oh, Cap, don't worry, it's coming. I believe in the development group. So, I mean, it makes sense for you to do it, right? Like I said, man, I've been burned in the past. There's been multiple instances of exactly what's happening right now on the X-Plane side of things. And I've even, like, brought them on stream and showcased and hyped up their products and then been burned. So I'm very, very, very cautious of what I promote on the channel, the developers that I work with, the developers that I support, and yeah. I'm on the same arrival as you. The nav data is updated. My arrival doesn't look the same as yours. Any idea why? I don't know. What's your arrival? Did you select a transition? It should be. We're flying it directly the way that we should be on the approach chart. I don't know. And what? They sent you a pre-release copy, obviously, Maverick? Because the airplane doesn't come out until, what, next week? I think Tuesday or something? The video on the E-Jets FMC was a month ago. They said the code was complete. Now they just need to teach the autopilot to follow the flight plan. Got you. Okay. Nice, Tom. That'd be fun for sure, dude. Yeah. That would be fun. Is there a mod for the older version of the PFDs and the MFDs? There is. I think V1 showed it on his streams before. I don't... I think the CRT screens, is that what you're talking about? You want to have CRT screens or something? I don't know how to get that mod. I don't know where it is exactly, but I know that there is one. Yeah. Might try my hand at World Flight, so I got that one. Would you change your opinion if the custom... Again, as I've already mentioned, and as I've mentioned multiple times, I have no problems with them as a developer. They just need to come through with what they've promised. I'm looking forward to having a good E-Jet to fly. Absolutely. I have no hate. I don't hate FSS. I'm just being cautious is all. I don't trust developers at this point. Not just them, but Cap said World Flight November 2nd to the 9th. Correct. Yes. Yeah. Frequency 119050. 050. Gigliotis, what's up, my friend? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope all is well. 119050 for CTAF here at Salt Lake City. Now, usually after this waypoint, we get lower, and we always get vectored in, usually at Euphemy. So Euphemy, we need to be at 8,000, so we can descend 6,000 for bunker. So you can see now we're at a hold, but we're going to pass the last waypoint here in less than a mile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to descend us down to 8,000 feet. I believe that was, right? Sorry, 6,000 feet. 6,000 feet, and I'm going to descend at about 1,400 feet per minute. And then that way we can kind of vector ourselves in and we'll be good to go. Only livery creators have the mod. You have to request it from Hughes by Horizon to go to... Wait, what's that? We're talking about Horizon mod now? I have it now released to content creators and to those who bought it at the expo early. Got you. Got you. Yeah, FSS obviously isn't a fan of my channel because I'm, as you know, I speak my mind. I don't really hide behind, ooh, I got a free product. Let me go and endorse them now as a best development group ever. They sent me a free airplane. I don't fucking care about that, dude. That's kind of the same conversation that I had with Orbex when I was at the expo. I was like, honestly, it's easier for me to just go and buy a product than it is for me to have to jump around bushes and hoops, email this person, do this, put a post up here, do this, do that. It's just easier to do that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. CRT displays as a livery? Is it really? I thought you could fly it with any one of them, but yeah. Did you hear that Ham Fan Simulations is making a 717 for Microsoft to release in 2024? I did not. Very cool. Andre, my man, 5 gifted members to the channel. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you very, very much for support. That is incredibly kind. Guys, if you're lucky enough to get a gifted membership from Andre, or you have access to all of those beautiful custom emojis, could please get some love in chat for Mr. Andre. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. Incredibly kind. We got Umer coming in with 32 gifted months. Huge, or it's not gifted months. 32 first class months. Huge no floaties to you. We literally just spent the last like 10 minutes talking about it, Umer. If you want, man, you can just rewind all of that fun stuff, man. Nice and easy. Yending, just enjoy the streams, man. It's all good, dude. Just enjoy the streams. Just enjoy the flight, man. That's all that matters. Was it Euphemy at 8,000? Yeah, Euphemy at 8,000. We're going down to 6. We should be good, actually, now. Let's go ahead and continue that descent. 1,400 feet per minute. We're going to go direct, and we're going to go to Euphemy. Insert. Hopefully I'm not cutting anybody off. And that should set us up nicely for the approach. We'll go landing. Good. We can chill on that descent rate. You can see the glide slope already alive. Beautiful. Thank you again so much, GMC, Andre Aviation, and Umer for 32 months. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Incredibly kind. No, they didn't wrong me. Nothing was done, man. Like I said, don't worry about it, dude. Just enjoy the stream, man. Enjoy the stream. Let's come down here. We're going to go and activate approach mode. Good. That'll start bringing our speed back down a little bit. We can chill on that descent rate coming through that turn. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to arm localizer. Good. Ham Simulation is also making a 340. Very interesting. Huh. Lokestar captured. We do have an aircraft in front of us. Somewhere over there. There he is right there. So we're going to slow down as much as possible. We are going to go flaps 1. How is the scenery for Salt Lake? It's really well done, man. Really, really, really well done. It's pack sim, island sim. They've been around for quite a while. I'm going to slow up real fast here. We have an aircraft in front of us. I didn't realize. It looks like he flew the full approach. So we're just going to keep an eye on that. I'm going to arm our approach mode, so that looks good. Keep rolling back the speed. I love flying into Salt Lake City, man. It's one of those kind of tough airports, too, honestly, if you think about it. It's a little bit of a tough airport. Landing lights, you're on. Good. The elevation and coming in through the mountain range, but it is always so beautiful, man. Such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm going to go gear down in flaps 2. I know we're a little bit early, but I want to add a ton of drag to the aircraft. I want to get us as slow as possible. There is an aircraft in front of us about 3 miles, 2.5, 3 miles. So you think Salt Lake's making the playoffs this year? I think it's too soon to talk about that, but who knows. Flaps 3, good. And then we've got another aircraft right behind us here who I'm sure is going to vector as well. So, and there's 160 knots, so we're going to go flaps full. I'm going to put my ground spoilers in. Beautiful. And we're fully configured, friends. I know it's a little bit early, 12 miles fully configured, but that's going to give us lots of time from the aircraft in front, and will give us separation from the guy behind us as well. So allow for all of that. Beautiful. Ground spoilers are armed, flaps are full, auto brake is set. Cabin crew's advised. We got all of the lights on. Good. And then we'll switch over to CTAF frequency. And we will say our intentions. Good to go. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. I love flying into Salt Lake, man. I feel like we don't do it enough either. We do Salt Lake. We need that 757 for some Delta ops. The course scripted won't work. I don't know what to do. What's that? Sorry. Your GSX. The course scripted won't work. Have you opened up the FSDT installer and have you run the check file or something like that? That could always be a thing. Hey, God, what do you think of the Flight Beam SFO scenery? Very much worth it. I think it's very, very rare that you will get a Flight Beam scenery that's not worth it. They are incredible. You planning on getting Xcode or KDEN? No, Tyler. I've already got Flight Beam KDEN and I have the default handcrafted. So I've got those to choose from. There's absolutely zero need for me to spend more money on a Denver scenery. There's also feel there. There's 4 Denver sceneries. It's kind of crazy, man. I think, personally, in my opinion, as far as visual performance, Flight Beam is going to win every time. Every time.
Being United 1754 is turning right base one way.
That's very cool, Carson. Must be cool to do some circuits and stuff around here. Go out over the water. It's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to take control of the aircraft. Winds are nice and calm, showing 1 knot, my airplane friends. And we'll make our call. Salt Lake traffic, Frontier flight, 3861, about a 7-mile final, 16 right. Salt Lake. I'd love to see it in Atlanta for mini builds. I'd love to see it in Atlanta by any competent developer. I think that would be good. I would take it from anybody at this point. That sounds weird. Don't take that out of context, please. Thank you. Alright, landing checklist. ECAM memo, no blue, gear down. Flaps full, ground spoilers are armed. We're good to go. Ooh, there goes that wind. 9-knot crosswind now, all of a sudden. A little bit weird. Add DFW. DFW would be good too, yeah. Alright, hold on, Jay. I gotta concentrate. Shit just got real. 9-knot gusting crosswind. Hang on tight, chat. Hang on tight. Sólríkt traffic, Frontier Flight 3861, short final 16 right. Sólríkt. Alright, back on track, looking good. It is a
500.
Cross tailwind now at 3 knots, so we should be fine. Minimal on the aircraft. Back on slope, we're looking good. 2 white, 2 red. First off, EDDF. Honestly, dude, the freeware EDDF is fantastic. Now, I remember this coming into Salt Lake. It feels like you have a ton of momentum coming into here.
200.
You got to start flaring a little bit early. You can see even our glide slope looks like it's even at a heavier degree,
100.
heavier angle.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Let it settle.
5.
Let it settle. Little pop. Woo! Nice. Nose down gently. Reversers are out. So smooth, I don't even think the landing rate calculator worked. Did we even touch down, Chad? Wait. A little bit sporty, but that was real nice. 60 knots, reverser stowed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Salt Lake City. I'm struggling way too much with the rudder pedal for 3 knots. Auto brakes off. Nice. I don't know why the landing rate didn't show up. It's been working the whole time. And just to show you, it is running. It's right here. I don't know what happened with that. I've been having issues with that recently, actually, since the simulator updated. G's has been a little bit weird. It's I feel like it works like 80% of the time now. I'll have to. I don't know why. I can get you the landing rate on the other screen. That was almost like too buttery, though, to be honest with you. That was extremely smooth. Make sure this way's good. Yes, ground spoilers, flaps. Landing rate on that one was... What do we think it was, Chad? I'm going to let you guess. Throw some guesses in chat of what you think that was. After seeing how smooth that was, what do you guys think that one was? That was the smoothest one we've had in a very long time. Very long time. Nose light over to taxi, wing lights are off, strobe lights are off, EPU master start switch is on. We'll stop our clocks here as well. 1 hour and 5 minutes on the flight time. Welcome down to Salt Lake City. The landing rate was 46 feet per minute. Minus 46 was the landing rate that we had on that one. I don't know why this is not working. Okay, now it's not even working there. Minus 46. Now, that's what Sim Toolkit Pro is giving us. Again, take it at a grain of salt. If you think it was harder than that, okay, no problem. But that's what Sim Toolkit Pro is giving us. So, I think somebody guessed a minus 50, minus 51. So I think you were real close to that one. You definitely won that one. Our gate's right there, so we're going to go into the gate like this. I think it was Bravo 9er, Bravo 1, Bravo 1. GSX, Bravo 1, no. Good. Cool. What was the G-force? 1.00. 1.00 at 46 foot per minute. Does the G-force really work with Sim Toolkit Pro though? But that was a real great landing. Definitely happy with that one. All right, APU start. Good. And again, here's the scenery from PacSim. Incredible. Personally, I think the best rendition. I think this is the best bang for your buck. The only thing with PacSim is I think you have to buy it directly from their website. And it like almost looks like it can be a little bit sketchy. So just check flight radar. Salt Lake is departing and landing to the north now. Cool, sweet. So we can plan for the other way for the departure, which is sweet. I like that, Mike. That's pretty cool. We could have gone either way there, to be honest with you. So nose wheel. I feel like I'm too. I feel like after flying the 777 and MD-11 for so long, and how hard it is to get those airplanes to turn sometimes, I feel like I've been going a little bit too fast and being a little bit too aggressive with the nose wheel on the A320. Yeah, I really, really, really like this airport scenery. I think they did a really great job. The texturing, the modeling, it definitely is definitely one of the higher rated airports on my list. I'd probably give this one like an 8.5, 9. There are a few things that I'd like to see changed and added. There's still a bunch of construction on one of the terminals. I actually think it's right down there. They still have like a bunch of construction going on, and I think that that's all open now. So I'd like to see an update done to the scenery. You can actually see there's all the construction. There's no like gates, unless that's how it is in real life. I could be wrong, and maybe that's just like I don't know, maybe it's not like that. But yeah, do you think the A320 will be easier to control on the ground? PMG did a good job with their 777. Maybe, Felix. I mean, I think they all kind of feel the same. It might be a little bit heavier. It's really the only thing, right? EP bleed is on, good. Pull her into the ramp. Quick question, are there any sound settings on the Fenix? There's not, Freddie. No. The sounds, what you get is what you get. That's really all it is. Yeah. Their website looks sketchy? Oh yeah, it looks like it came out of something right out of the 90s. I agree. But I can confirm, it's weird, I don't know why this is installed right now. This shouldn't be installed. It has their VDGS on top of GSX, which shouldn't be there. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyways, we'll go ahead and stop a second line here. I'm just gonna have to go outside because they can't see anything. Cool, park brake goes on, wonderful. Upstairs, bleeds are on, good. Engine number 1 is off, engine number 2 is off, beacon light is off, seatbelt signs are off. Fuel pumps are going off, good. Get her in a nice turnaround state. Beautiful, friends. Great first leg. Great first leg. And now we get to fly into Vegas, which is, come on, everybody loves flying into Vegas. So very excited for this one. If you guys did enjoy that arrival, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up. I know there's not a lot of people here today. V1's got a big stream. There's a bunch of people streaming the FSS 727. So I know it was going to be a quieter day, but I appreciate everybody being here. But if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button for me. Show the channel some love. I would very much appreciate that. We are going to get our next flight ready to go for into Las Vegas. So very excited for this one. I'm going to get our call sign SLC over to LAS. Good. We'll look at that. Good. All right, cool. We will go FFT. All right, and we are going from KLSE, KLAS. Good. Maybe we get the runway 19 arrival. What are the winds doing? Whew. Looks like we're getting the 26s. What are the winds? The winds are 020 at 3 knots. So yeah, the 26s unfortunately will probably be what we're doing. 26 left today. Looks like we're getting 3-4 left for departure, so that's good. That's exactly what we wanted. And we've got 157 passengers for this next flight into Lost Wages. How do you compare the GSX gates versus the charts when you pull in? How do you compare them, Jacka? So Navigraph allowed you have like basically what like the A330s and 40s and 80s, sorry, the A380s and 350s have. I forget what this is called. This is a very specific, but you can zoom all the way in. Also, if you want to go to charts, you can just go to your charts and you can go to your taxi charts and you'll actually have parking gates. So you'll actually see what your gates are. So I believe we vacated on Alpha 5. We came up like this. We went, we exited Alpha 4. We went Alpha and then Bravo and then around into our gate. So there's always charts and stuff that will show you the gates. And you can see here it's still a construction zone. I don't know when this chart is from. When is this chart from? 2024. So maybe it still is construction. I don't know. Hey Cap, we'll fly with you to Vegas. I'm on Frontier, a few gates over to your left. Nice. Very cool, man. Well, thanks so much. Appreciate that. I'm going to send off my flight plan. Make sure that that's done. Hopefully call sign's still available. Going up at 37,000 feet. Flight plan is available. Good. We shall connect. Good. Beautiful. Auto ATC because we don't have any A cars. That's fine. Cool. Got our flight plan. Got all our information. Beautiful. Let's go to flights, unload, import, sim brief, you. Good. It's going to be our new flight plan. Can close you out. Good. Right. So it's going to be radar vectors off of this departure chat. So for everybody that's flying to Vegas, I think it's going to be smart to give ourselves about a 2 to 3 minute separation. And I think what we should be doing is passing, we're going to be departing at about 4,500 feet. So passing 7,000 feet if everybody wants to make a left turn, or even 8,000 feet. Let's say passing 8,000 feet, everybody makes that left turn passing scant. I think we'll be good. As long as everybody respects that and everybody gives like 2 to 3 minutes of separation time, I think we should be good. That way we shouldn't have any issues coming into Vegas on the 2.6s. Everybody's going to be lined up, so don't want to have to do all that fun stuff. Flew into Salt Lake in late February and there was a lot of construction still. Huh, interesting, crazy. Got to see the cap before the well-deserved break. Cottage in Canada sounds good. Right now it's going to be fantastic, dude. The weather has been so hot, Huskers, that yeah, man, we're looking so forward to it, man. I know the fiance is very much looking forward to it. She's been telling you, dude, just a trooper, man. It's I mean, what's the temperature here today? It's and then I want you to add about 15 degrees onto this for the real feel. So it's pretty crazy, man. Can't wait to see more daytime Southwest desert. It's gonna be nice. Yes. It's 90 degrees here, and that's without the humidity or the real feel. 50% humidity, but with the real feel. Hold on, I'll give you the real feel number. Currently, right now, with the real feel, it feels like 42 degrees Celsius. 42 C to Fahrenheit. 107. That's how hot it is here right now. 107 Fahrenheit with the real feel. It's almost like Vegas, dude. It's almost as hot as Vegas. Will Coleman make the turn back at 8,000. I think that's just a good enough that'll allow every... You could even do it at 7,000, honestly, MJ. 7,000, probably better. Favorite part of the stream is when we are going to act. I didn't know I had to push. The irony was that the ground controller was watching the whole thing. I mean, like I said, I usually in Denver, you don't have to call for push. It's just a straight pushback onto any of the other ramps into Denver. It would have been fine. It's parking at the end of Denver because that is such a, like, there's a lot of through traffic between Alpha Alpha and Alpha Lima or whatever it is. I think that's why there's a non-movement and you have to push. Regardless, it's okay, man. Even pushing back, I don't just blindly push back. We made sure nobody was around us. It was of no issue. But it's good for me to have a reminder now that if I am flying out of that side of Denver to just look at that, you know what I mean? So, how accurate in G's? Is it better than LRM? They all give different numbers, Apex. LRM, G's, Sim Toolkit Pro, whatever landing rate monitor you use, it's probably going to give you a different rating. They're all kind of around the same, but they always all give different readings. So that's why I always say, man, the landing rates, take it as a grain of salt, dude. I mean, we've all been doing this long enough. You guys have watched me probably do, well, some of you have watched me do thousands of landings. Some of you have maybe only caught 10, 15, 20 of my landings, but for the most part, you can always tell, especially when you have the camera effect on, when you have the camera shake, you can always tell when a hard landing, a mediocre landing, an average landing, a smooth landing, like that one, you could barely even tell that we touched the ground. It was so smooth. It sucks. I wish we had a replay for it. Hopefully we can replicate that and do that again into Vegas for you. kill that. Let me pull open the newest flight data. Do you think the 787 of Microsoft 2024 will be better? I don't think so, no. Not until we get a third-party one, Dante. Mr. Mark, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back, my amigo. Hope you're doing well.
Sólríkt traffic, Frontier Flight 3863 on a 5 mile final runway 34 left.
Nice. Who's that? Someone's on a final. Be a good one. All right. Flight information has been updated up top. We are just waiting for the last 11 passengers to get off the aircraft, and then we'll be good to go.
1698 radio check.
That's you good. 5x5. Why does GSX not affect my payload and fuel? For which aircraft? It only works that way with certain aircraft.
So don't you tell me I am selfish just because
All right, we should be good to go. Dismiss that, and we've got 2 more passengers left to deboard. You're on final. We should be able to see you. Oh, there you are, right there. You just landed. Damn, sorry. Should I get GSX? Should I but GSX, I can't uninstall it. Just go to open up the launcher and check. You can run a check, and you should be good to go. Your Frontier, okay, that was a Delta, so you're right there. I see you now. You're right there coming in. So the exact same thing, which is kind of sad because the 787 has so much potential, but the flight model is absolutely, yeah, it is. It flies like a default airplane. That's like the best way that I can describe it, to be honest with you. Let's import our next flight plan. 22 minutes on the turn. We got to get going. Salt Lake to Vegas. Good. Go to mass and balance. We're going to load aircraft. We're going to go to GSX. Good. We're going to come back up here. We're going to watch company traffic on a short final. We're going to restart boarding the aircraft now. All right, there's company traffic. Short mile final. Looks good. Hold the flare. Hold the flare. Nice and smooth. Beautiful. Great landing, dude. Great landing. Who are you? I think you're the bear. Are you the bear right now? No, you're the like caribou or something. The deer. I saw this one and I've never flown the frog before. I don't even think... Is this an older Frontier livery, right? The flyfrontier.com? I don't think they have that on their airplanes anymore. I could be wrong, but... Fly Frontier all that much. Okay, we got a few company messages to read through. Let's come down here. We'll get this.
Salt Lake traffic,
Nice
Frontier
menu.
2863, vacation runway 34 left.
Received messages, arrival message. Good. We've got our preliminary load sheet. We will accept that, and then we'll wait for our finalized load sheet. Good. This is the old school Frontier livery. Gotcha. Okay. Has Asobo released an aircraft list for 2024? No. They've shown a few of them, Ken. So like we know that we're getting an InnyBuilds 330 as a default airplane. I think they've mentioned a couple other airplanes, but I don't think they've given us a full list yet. Mystic Canyon Blue, there's only a few of them, Dante. Where's Mopar? If Mopar was around, you can ask Mopar, but... if you go to developer mode, you can change planes/liveries without leaving the game, and it will save your panel states. There you go. Very cool, Garen. Yep, I knew about that one. Okay, good. That's being done. Let's come down here. Let's go to flight plan. Sorry, init page. We'll do our init request. Call sign today, Frontier Flight 3015. Throw that into there. Salt Lake City down to Vegas. Beautiful. We're going to go with an initial cost index of 5, and we're going up to 37,000 feet for this leg. So that's good. Sanders dropping the 50 Norwegian Kronen. Appreciate you, my friend. Huge no floaties juices. Hey, Cap. Just did my first 2 flights on VATSIM. Oh my God, I'm wondering why I've never had the courage to do it before. Now I just want to fly all day long. It's a completely different experience, my friend. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I remember the day that I found it, Sanders. I truly remember the day that it opened up the possibility to so much more. And it's kind of crazy how much VATSIM has grown over the 10 years that I've been a VATSIM member and been flying on VATSIM. It's kind of crazy to say 10 years and flying on VATSIM in the same sentence, but yeah, you're right, man. It's a complete game changer, and that's why I always tell people, you're going to get to a point where like you're comfortable enough flying these airplanes, and that's the next step. That really is the next step, is to just move forward with that. And yeah, thank you for the support, man. Appreciate you, dude. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Yeah, I think the last I heard there was 2 left on the 700 and 1 is on a max. Interesting. He kept trying to RP the loading time of the 777-300. Can you tell me your average time to load it? It's usually probably about 20-25 minutes, DJ, somewhere around there. And that's just loading the passengers and cargo and stuff. About 20-25 minutes. I think that's what it usually is. Okay, that's good. That's done. Let's work on some stuff down here. Flight plan, Salt Lake City departure. We are departing out of 34 left is what we want to call that. And we are looking to be on the Arch 1 arrival, sorry, departure. We want the, please tell me we're going to Milford. Yeah, we are. We're going to the MILF transition, baby. Nice. Go to Vegas, arrivals. We're going to plan for the ILS Yankee 26 left, I believe is what we want, correct? ILS Yankee 26 left, or is it the Zulu?
Hey CPT, just did my 2 first flights on VATSIM. I'm wondering why I never had the courage to do it before. Now I just want to fly all day long. Nice,
dude. ILS Zulu, thank you again. Appreciate you, man. I'm glad it's opened your eyes, Sanders. It's incredibly kind, dude. ILS, where are you? Why is there no... Oh, never mind. They're right there. I'm silly. ILS Zulu, 26 left is what we're looking for. From Prino. And we're going to be on the Chow 2 arrival. Chow 2, Stu transition, and our approach vias Prino, insert, Bueno. All right, we're looking good there. Back to our NITREF tab. We're going to wait for our NIT B. We've got to wait for the aircraft to be loaded. You can see we're actually... What? Okay, there might be something wrong with the boarding because we just already boarded the passengers. We haven't even got the... Oh, the baggage loaders just showed up and started putting stuff on, so... And we're already boarded on the passengers, so it should be a pretty quick turn. How do you know why from Zulu on the runway? So Captain Longhaul, that's exactly what I just looked at. So for an example, the reason why I know, again, this is something that you'll just get with practice after flying for so long. We're coming in from we're kind of going southwest, right? So if you look at the arrivals into Vegas, you can see the ILS Zulu, which is basically, you can see Prino is like the main waypoint, is kind of just lined up for us, right? We're coming in from this way, if you will. We're coming in southwest. We're going to be coming in like this, Prino and down, right? So that's the ILS Zulu. If you look at the ILS Yankee, you can see that it's actually coming in from the other way, right? Again, we're coming in this way, so it doesn't make much sense for us to come in this way, go to Bourbon, and then fly all the way back around, right? It makes much more sense for us to come in like this and then just intercept the localizer and glide slope at Prino, 8,000 feet, and descend via the glide path and down into Vegas. Whereas if we were coming in from the east, would make much more sense to go on the ILS Yankee, because then we take it from Bourbon to Hogog to Codsea, and then around like that. You know what I mean? So that makes much more sense. Same as the RNAV. The RNAV, you can take it from Prino. There's multiple ways to do the RNAV. You can take it from Prino. You can also take it from Bourbon. So it really depends, but that's the easiest way to do those. FA, shut that boarding door quick. Want to start making that money. Let's go. Don't get paid till doors are closed. But that's the easiest way, man, of reading charts and kind of looking at charts, and that's, in my opinion, the easiest way to kind of get through that. Just figure out which way you're coming in from, and it's a lot more. I find it's a lot more. A lot more straightforward in North America. I find that it's a little bit skewed once you get into Europe and stuff, because Europe will have 1,500 different approaches for two runways. It's yeah. North America, it just makes a little bit more sense. Excuse me. When will we be back in ATS? I have no clue, man. Honestly, I don't really have any plans to jump back into ATS anytime soon. As I've mentioned before at the beginning of the year, Dante, my contract this year with Thrustmaster was specifically for flight sim. They have a couple other people that they've brought on board for the racing and truck sim and that type of stuff. So it was more beneficial for them to have me focus on flight sim, which is my full-time thing, which I'm pretty much known for, right? I'm not really known as an ATS guy or a driving guy, much more known for flight sim, so. What runways are in use? They just switched to the north, so we're departing on the 3-4s now. 3-4 left, 3-4 right. Cap, I'm wondering if you would like to join Air Canada Virtual Airlines server on Discord. No flight hours requested. I was already part of the Virtual Air Canada. I'm already in too many Discords, to be honest with you, DJ, to be fair. Thank you for the offer, but I have far too many Discords that I'm in that I don't even say anything in already. I should actually go through and start calling the list a little bit. I don't know why my game is loading in offline mode, though the Game Pass, through the Game Pass on PC. Not sure. When will we be back in the A300? So not next week. Next week we're back in the 777. The following week, Felix, we're going to jump in the A300. We're going to take a deep dive into the big update that has happened, and we'll fly some cargo. We'll probably split. So there's no streams this weekend, obviously, as I've mentioned. But next week we're in the 777 for all week. We're going to fly the 777, and then we're going to split the week between the next week will be split between the A300 and the MD-11. Is the Salt Lake scenery any good? It is, Adam. It's real good. Real good. KDO, I don't have any plans to fly it. No. I've already pre-purchased one aircraft from FSS that is not up to the standards that I'm happy with for a paid add-on, paid product. So no, I will not be buying any more FSS airplanes until they can finish the aircraft that I purchased about a year ago. Once that has some stuff, we'll be good to go. Is there a stream tonight? There is. Yes, we're going Montreal to Ottawa, Ottawa to Toronto. Air Canada Ops, Real World Air Canada Ops. Brendan, my man, 43 months. So CCAP, just want to say thanks for everything you do. You've gotten us through some tough times in the world. Appreciate it. I'm sorry to get sappy. You got it, my man. I appreciate you, dude. You know, I was thinking about it the other day, Brandon. It was, you know, now that we're like a couple years removed from COVID, I can kind of like take a look back and like, man, oh man, oh man. I feel like without our flight sims, I just don't know like how I would have been able to cope with like COVID. And like, thank God I had something that I could sink hundreds of hours into and kind of just be content, right? And travel the world, if you will, from my computer. And yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. It's pretty cool that you just mentioned that, because it was pretty wild, man. I think you guys helped me through COVID a lot, you know? As much as people say like, hey, you know, your content helped me get through stuff. Well, man, you know, you guys and your chat and the banter and just having fun and being here week after week after week, that's what got me through it as well, right? So I think it goes both ways, right? How do I turn off auto engines? It's really frustrating and keeps sending the aircraft into a stall. How do you turn off auto engines? Just turn off the auto throttle. Should be a big switch somewhere. If anything, I think we'd all agree that Cap got us all through COVID, staying at home, watching the streams. Hey, man, like I said, dude, you guys got me through this shit too, dude. That's for damn sure. Thank you again, Brandon. I appreciate you, man. 43 months. That's a serious amount of time, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, man. Where do these guys park in Vegas? Okay, they park up here. Cool. They park at the Delta gates. Up at the Deltas. All right, we've got our departure plugged. Top altitude is 23,000. We're just waiting for the fuel truck here, Chad. I don't know what's going on. Just waiting for the fuel truck. He should be here in a second. We'll go 20... zero that out. We'll go 23,000 feet on the altitude. LS switch comes off good. Upstairs is looking good. Fuel pumps are all off for now. We should have turned our predictive wind shear system off as well. Sorry. Turn it off for now. There's the fuel truck that we're waiting for. Beautiful. Fuel truck is rolling up. We'll get refueled and we'll be good to go. He got hard work on the Bluebird 7.5. Really enjoy watching your streams. Cheers for all the entertainment. Can't wait for you to fly a 7.5. I am so looking forward to that airplane, man. That, I know you guys are going to nail it, and I'm very excited, dude. Excited to be working with you guys. Excited to get some early access and kind of build up some of the hype for you, man. I think those are really my favorite streams, is when I get pre-release to aircraft that the community and myself is really looking forward to. I think those are my favorite streams to do, man. There's just so much excitement. There's so much happiness. I love seeing everybody nerd out as hard as I nerd out when it comes to like airplanes and stuff like that. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Flight sim was really the only good part of COVID. Caught the flying bug again. Relearned everything. Not to mention VATSIM is always busy. Absolutely, Adam. Yeah, I agree, man. You were tapping it? Tapping what? Sorry, James. As far as the throttle goes, you want it to be smooth movements. You see the videos from approach and departure videos. Incredible if you want to see your A320 procedures flows learned from a real Eurowings. I haven't, Felix. No, I haven't seen any of those. Honestly, Felix, like I'm not like, I don't know, man. I think that those videos have a great purpose and stuff like that, but I also am not here trying to like replicate one-to-one exactly how the real pilots flying. Like, it's a sim, man. I'm at home, you know what I mean? Like I feel like my attempt of flying these airplanes while realistically enough and being on VATSIM, following procedures and charts and stuff like that, I feel like that's good enough for me, man. I don't need this to be like a one-to-one, hey guys, come study and learn how to fly an A320 with me. It's flight sim, you know what I mean? I'm away for the weekend, so I can't play more of the sims. I think I should have held the button instead of tap it. I still don't understand what you mean, James. I'm sorry, man. Absolutely, Felix, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, right? And I think that's the beauty of like flight sim and the beauty of flight sim content creation is you can kind of find something, you know what I mean? You can always kind of do something like that, you know what I mean? So, do I overlay checklists? I don't use any checklists, man. No. The only checklists that I use are like checklists that are like built into the aircraft. So like the 777 has a checklist, right, that you can run through. Other than that, I just go off of watching, you know, other people fly it and just learning how to fly it. And there's certain things that I might not do that are exact one-to-one how it would be done in the real world. But again, it's flight sim. It works for me. I don't, you know. It says press hold the auto throttle button and I was tapping it. Ah, okay. Got you. Chicken checklist. Exactly. Yeah. World Flight won't be happy. Again, just goes to show I don't think you know anything about what you're talking about, but that's okay. World Flight team is not using the 737. We don't have any checklists. We're actually flying the the PMDG 777 this year in Microsoft Flight Simulator for World Flight. So again, the checklists that I will be using for World Flight are the exact checklists and same checklists that I use in the 777 all the time, every time that I fly it. Again, the MSA fixes for approaches in the McDo. I know, very nerdy. Yeah, like that's, yeah, that's a little bit much. You know what I mean, Felix? Like, but again, Felix, great things to know, right? Great things to know, great things to have handy for, you know, if you ever need them. You know what I mean? Great things to know, man. Learn how to fly the PMD 737 from you, an A320 from V1 and you, the Navigraph Sim Brief, GSX, etc. Just haven't got into VATSIM yet. You'll get there, David. There's no rush, man. VATSIM's not going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? There is no rush, dude. You make that step and you make that jump when you're ready. And honestly, man, you will know when you're ready to make that step. You're gonna get that burn, you're gonna get that drive, and you're gonna go, I'm ready. I'm ready. I've watched enough streamers, I've watched enough content, I've watched enough tutorials, whatever it may be, right? You will get to that point, I promise. And we've all been there, we've all done it. Especially those of us that have been interested in flight sim and stuff, man. We've all been there, we've all done it. About the HamFam Sim A340, they said it wouldn't release in May, so I doubt 2024 promises an empty one. Interesting. One thing for me is jumping into it helped you a lot. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think 2024 promises an empty one. Oh, for those ones, it could be for those airplanes. Were they doing the 717 and the 340? I've logged into servers as an observer just to hear the comms. Yep, absolutely, David. Great way to do it, man. There's also, you can get... Chat, what's that website? You can download a little app. Is it liveatc.net? I think it's liveatc.net. And they have a little desktop app that you can download. And you can just listen to ATC all the time. Like even while you're flying. Like while you're flying, you can have Live ATC up as an app on your desktop. And you can just listen to Live ATC and you can get familiarize yourself with how they do it. So, would you mind showing the passengers boarding? They're already boarded. They're already on board. I can show you. The aircraft is boarded. I can turn on my cabin visibility, and I can open the door, and I can show you that everybody's on board. Let's see if the old man is sitting here confused again. Pat, what happened to my textures? Chat. It is the old man sitting right here this time again. This must be from the update that was yesterday. I probably have to go in and reselect the things again, don't I? Is this why you wanted me to show this? Because you knew this was going to happen? Now you're making me look bad? Oh boy. Thanks, GSX. They're all just wearing bodysuits, exactly. Yeah, I don't know why that's doing that, to be honest with you. I updated GSX yesterday. That's the only thing that I've done. I updated GSX to the most current version, so I don't know. All right, beacon light is coming on. Seatbelt signs are on. That's going to disconnect the jet bridge, and it's going to let the ground crew know that we're ready to rock and roll. I didn't expect that. I'm just messing with you, man. It's probably from the update. I think every time you update GSX because of something, you have to go into the config page, and then you need to, so yeah. I have a question. Do you do flight control checks? I do, yes. Sim, and also part of my flight control check, to be honest with you, Ferrari, is just looking at I have a USB hub right here. If all of my USB hub lights are turned blue for on, I'm usually good to go. Can't wait to see this beautiful approach into Vegas. Should be awesome, Bryce. Yeah. Full of House of Extraterrestrials tonight. It's wild, isn't it? Wild out there. All right, sounds are going up. We've got the United pushing back here beside us, so we're going to let him push back, and then we'll go ahead and get ourselves ready to go. Since I was allowed to be in the cockpit for a full flight from Vienna to Ibiza, I've developed this love for small details. Nice. Very cool, man. I mean, those are always great things to do, right? Always cool to be able to do that. That's for sure. What's the bulk cargo setting? What do you mean, Tamil? Sorry. Never thought I'd hear pilots say the same thing but different wording as talking to ATC. So I think my issue really is just getting comfortable talking with the... Absolutely, dude. Yeah, absolutely. We want to be facing south on taxiway. Oh, I could do some cool pushbacks. Facing south on taxiway Charlie. Let's try that.
Release parking brakes, please.
Sorry if this bugs you in any way, United, but I shouldn't be in your way. I'm going to try this because looks like we're taxiing onto Charlie. So let's go. Oops, I should have done this. Reset you. Good. All right. Block time on. Reset chrono time. Good. Engine mode selector, the start position. Fuel pumps are coming on. And we'll spool up engine numero 2. Enjoy. I see 3 cargo payload settings in the 777. I think you just open all of them for the 777. Unfortunately, it's become very difficult to get into the jump seat. You got to know someone. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Even a good friend of mine that I grew up with on... he flies the 737 MAX, and he can't even get me into the flight deck. Like, with his airline, it has to be immediate family. So, mom, dad, brother, sister. That's it. And even then, I don't even think they're allowed to be up in the flight deck for flights. I think they're only allowed to, like, be up for certain periods of it. Maybe a cruise or something, I don't know. Cat, my GSX was corrupt or something. I rebought GSX it's installing now. We shouldn't have to rebuy it. You mean reinstall it? Yes, Turks made. Correct. That would be the correct thing to do. That would get you best performance. Look at this nice little pushback. We're right out of the way of that United airplane who was starting up. Look at that. Nice. Out here on Charlie, just hanging out. Whatever GSX profile I have for this airport works really well. I like it. Fly deck. What's up, my friend? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Caps, or anything to use to mount the Thrustmaster Airbus stick, like a clamp for your desk or anything like that? Nope. I just have it on a mouse pad, man, and it doesn't move anywhere. It's got these really sticky, like kind of like rubberized pads on the bottom. I have it on my mouse pad, and it's just perfect, man. I don't have any problems with it ever. Had to rebuy it. The installer wouldn't work, and the update wouldn't work, and there was errors and corrupt files. Interesting. That's not very good. I would have just gone to the forums before rebuying it, but that's just me. Hopefully you can get it figured out. I don't know why I have pink textures now, but I'm pretty sure I might know why. I'll have to see if I can fix that for this evening's stream. Cool. We have 2 good engines. Upstairs, APU comes off, APU bleed comes off. We'll go flap set position number 1 for takeoff. Good. Although we might... Nah, we'll be... Oh shit, I didn't even... Forgot to do my init B page, chat. Weight and balance, send to McDo. Good, that should all be done now. Now we'll go to our performance page. Got our departure performance. See, we're out of the way of everybody. It's perfect. 3-4 left, dry. We're going to do a flaps 2 departure again. Goes to 2. Force Togano, packs on, sync load sheet, sync live weather. Calculate. 32, 32, 35. Flaps 2/down 0.1, 58. Let's send all of that data down to the McDo. Good. We'll go down 0.1. Good. All right. And our V-speeds, 32, 32, 35, 58 on the flex temp. Everything is looking good. Taxi light is on. Park brake comes off. And we'll go ahead and follow that United A320. Where are we flying this evening? Adam, there's a guy who follows my streams. He is doing his S3 rating today. So we're going to do Montreal to Ottawa, Ottawa to Toronto for this evening's stream. It's going to be a little bit of a long one, but it should be a fun one. It's impressive that V-Pilot models even the flight control surfaces movement. Just doing my flight control check, you can see it from your screen. See? Very cool. Very, very, very cool, man. Alrighty, auto brake over to max RTO. Ground spoilers are armed. Engine mode selector back to the normal position. Cabin control, we'll call them in a second. Actually, we'll call them now. Good, get that done. YUL scenery, yeah, we've got MK Studios. Takeoff config test checked. Predictive windshield system. On an auto. Good, cool. On the Delta head, I will wait for y'all to pass in sequence behind. Talk good, man. Thank you. I see you out there. There's a lot of us right now. Holy shit. Wasn't expecting there to be this many of us. Hope Oswald, can't thank you enough for getting me through the hot and humid work days. Working in a small, tight with no air circulation aircraft tail, wiring up autopilot servos. Oh man, kudos to you, dude. That sounds insane. Well, they didn't work this evening. I've been coverage in Toronto for a minute now. Got you. There's every... What the hell? What is this? There is... What? Okay. There's... I don't know what just happened there with that. There is... every Thursday now in Toronto, there is... okay, this guy's just going to pass us. Every Thursday in Toronto now, there's controllers. They're called Thursdays in Toronto. They're pretty cool. Where is the FSS update? What are you talking about? Is that an Air Canada 777? It is. Nice. Bad boy. Nice airplane. Did they post something on YouTube? Apparently it's old. Somebody was saying that they posted something on YouTube, but apparently it's an old post. I don't know. Then like coming home afterwards and taking a nice shower after sweating graciously. Yeah, I can agree with that. That was my favorite time of the day as a welder. Coming home and jumping in a cool, not too warm, but a cool shower. Yeah. Especially after those hot, humid days. Those are no bueno. Got the lineup of aircraft out there. We got another 777 departing, a United 7-3. Max power, we're doing a flex takeoff. It's a very long runway here, so we're going to be fine for... We're doing a flex takeoff, but a flex of 56. So, and remember, for all the pilots flying to Vegas, initial climb 7,000 feet, then make your left turn. And I think 2 to 3 minutes of separation time would be probably recommended, to be honest. Troa, probably not, man. If they ever finish the Embraer that I bought from them with a custom autopilot and VNAV and an FMC, maybe it's something that I would consider. But currently I'm just not a fan of developers releasing more and more and more products without ever finishing the first product that they released, right? I mean, the FSS E-Jets are pretty much like, yeah, they're fun to fly, but they don't really resemble anything of a third-party aircraft. More of just like an Xbox marketplace aircraft at this point, right? Default FMC, default autopilot, no VNAV, very basic LNAV function that essentially just follows the route. Makes it difficult, man. Makes it difficult to support companies when that's the type of behavior that they do. And again, maybe I'm just jaded, man. I've gone through this in the past. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm being a little bit too optimistic, a little bit too cautious. But there's something that just doesn't sit well with me, man. When developers, you know, start pushing more products and want more money before ever finishing the first product that they did. It doesn't sit well with me. You know, what are we not, what aren't they telling us? You know, why do you need to make a new product without finish? I don't know. What is my train LOD? It's set to 100. I believe that's whatever the high-end preset. I'm using the high-end preset. So whatever high-end preset sets it to. Still no VNAV in the E-Jets? Correct. Still no VNAV. Still no custom autopilot. It's still using the basic default Asobo autopilot. No FMC either. Again, still using basically the same default. You know, it's again, that's my concern. That's literally my only concern. I don't hate them. I'm not trying to, you know, get people not to buy their products. That's not what this is at all. This is me just being concerned and not wanting people to waste their money, because I just don't know at this point, you know. Now, that being said, again, you can look at it from this perspective. It's a 727. It's, you know, you're never going to have to worry about them implementing an FMC or it having VNAV, because those are things that don't exist on a 727, which again makes this whole thing even a little bit more funny, because it's like, instead of FSS like doing something like a more modern jet, or, you know, I would argue that there's probably more people that would want a modern jet than a 727, but I don't know. I don't know what the market is for a 727. I think it's a cool airplane and stuff. I just don't know how much I would fly it. I don't know. But I don't know. What do I know? But it just, like I said, man, the main thing is it just concerns me a little bit. It just concerns me that this is their 4th paid release, and they haven't even finished the first paid release. It's still sitting kind of like in this limbo state of like, okay, well, where are all the major systems, and where's everything that was supposed to be implemented that's not? When are we getting that? It's disheartening to see a bunch of your, you know, bunch of your developers keep pushing out new products and charging for new products, but you haven't even done the first one yet. An E145 would have been cool. Yeah, that would have been a cool one. Yep. Would have been for sure, man. Hope Bluebird doesn't let us down. It's been in development for a while, so my hopes are high. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think in the near future, things that I'm looking forward to, the Fenix A319 and A321, I think we're going to get that soon. The AnyBuilds 350, hopefully by the end of the year. Fingers crossed for that. That's going to be awesome. I think that's like the imminent things that are going to be coming sooner than later. We have the MD-11, we have the 777. You know, other than that, did we ever end up getting the progress report from Synaptic? Did we ever get that, or has that not happened yet? The development update from Synaptic Simulations on that A220? Because man, I want that A220 so bad, but I just don't know when it's coming. I don't think anybody knows. We never got anything from Synaptic. I thought we were supposed to have something. I could be wrong, but landing lights on, runway turnoffs on, strobe lights are on, wing lights are on, nose lights are on. Yeah, I know, like, if it's a modern 727 flying nowadays, Starcept, it's probably got some type of navigation in it, right? But yeah. This is Payware? Yeah, this is Payware Airport. Yeah, Salt Lake City by Paxim. Paxim. Wish Phoenix would do a 330. Well, we have AnyBuilds doing the 330, which is, if you think about it, November. So what are we? We're in August now. So August, September, October, November. We're 4 months away. We're 4 months away from flying a 330, regardless. Whether it's Aerosoft, AnyBuilds, we're 4 months away, literally. So there's that to look forward to. I guess we could add that to the aircraft that we're looking forward to, you know what I mean? A CRJ update is happening. It should happen. I don't think they've ever given us a release date, but it should happen. I'm going to start the clock, friends. We're going to do 2 minutes here waiting. AnyBuilds has a lot on their plate, especially with the 350. AnyBuilds is probably the biggest team. So, yeah. Was a free 330 based off the fly-by-wire? I wouldn't say super good. It's average at best. And I think you're talking about the 330 Neo. Is that what you're talking about? It's meh. AnyBuilds makes good planes, but performance is just so unoptimized. It's hard on every system. Well, they've since apparently done that, Ernest. To be honest with you, they've since fixed that. I don't know if you've seen the updates for the A300 that recently came out, but the A300 now has the same performance as the Fenix, the PMDG. So fingers crossed that moving forward, that's something that they're able to replicate over across the board. You know what I mean? It'd be funny if Aerosoft dropped the 330 1 month from the new simulator. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising. So the 310 is unflyable on Xbox. I mean, I feel like that's an Xbox thing, but I don't know. Does Microsoft 2024 have a release date? November 24th, I think, Marku? November 20th, November 24th? November 20th, I think. Chat? 18th, 20th, 24th? Ask chat. Chat knows. The 18th. I knew it was one of those dates. I knew it was one of those ones. The 19th? Okay, there you go. November 19th. Sure. Nice. Banner towing, baby. Good to see you up and down the Miami strips, Breezy. If the SDK is going to be fucked up for 2024, sticking to 2020. It's apparently the same SDK, Aviation Productions. That's why Microsoft and Asobo are confident that all the add-ons that work for this simulator are going to work. I've also had a bunch of conversations with developer friends in the community that know a little bit more about 2024 than, let's say, we do, and they have confirmed with me that everything should work, so everything's fine. So, like, traffic, Frontier Flight 3015 departing 34 left. So, like, all right, let's go. Sounds are up. Let's go flying, friends. Throttle's up to about 40%. Let's get it. Slight nose down pressure on the side stick. Beautiful. Restart our clock. There she goes. Let's go flying. Manflex 58 SRS runway auto thrust. Bleu. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. Knots for neutral. V1 rotate. God, that lift up speed, like when the aircraft lifts up and like you hear that change in engine pitch, it's just incredible. You're up. So good. Probably the best I've ever heard, actually, for a sound pack. It genuinely sounds like you're on an airplane. Kind of crazy. Alright, remember 7,000 feet, then we're going to go left direct. Going to give you a wing view. Throttles to climb. Yeah, these are default sounds after the update. Yeah. Alright, bring that nose down. Sounds can come back just a little bit. And we'll start gaining some speed. We'll go flaps 1. So good. So good, man. I think these are some of the best quote-unquote default sounds I've ever heard. I wish the wind noise wasn't as strong. I'm not a fan of like the wind because you can already hear it coming in. The wind noise basically washes out everything by the time your speed gets up to around 220, 250 knots. All right, we're approaching 7,000 feet. I am going to go direct scant. We'll insert that. We'll make the left turn. We'll also ground spoilers disarmed, runway turnoffs, nose lights, and wing lights all to the off position. Alrighty, flaps going clean. Pitch for climb, 250. Coming up through 9,000, autopilot's on. Flight deck. Sounds on. So see what I mean? Like 250 knots. There's so much wind noise now. It's kind of crazy. I wish there was a way to turn that down. That's really the only thing that I would love to be able to turn down. It's gone immediately as soon as you bring to one of these wing views, but the environment sounds under the Microsoft control, the wind noises volume for the Fenix. Are you sure, Al? I will have to test that then. Thank you. I will definitely test that. I feel like I have those almost turned off. But I will look at that afterwards. Doesn't this plane have the Bose headset thingy? No? Maybe? I don't think so. Do you think pricing will be similar to how 2020 was? Like 3 different packages? Great question, Zeus. I don't know. I don't know how they plan on doing it this time around. I have no clue. Hopefully we get more information as we get a little bit closer to the release date. But as it stands right now, your guess is as good as mine, man. I would like to think so. I don't know what they're going to put behind a paywall, but I feel like there might have to be 1 or 2, maybe not 3 tiers, maybe 2 tiers or something like that. Maybe that makes a little bit more sense. I don't know.
Sólríkt traffic Delta 1698 is going to be departing runway 34 left on the RX-1 departure to the south. Sólríkt.
All right, we're going over to Unicom now. 1228. I think we still have 10 or more devs not announced. Damn. Well, there you go. One of these planes has active noise reduction, and I can't remember which one. Wish Infinite Flight had those sounds. Does Infinite Flight have like payware aircraft? Are there like third-party payware aircraft? Or is it just whatever Infinite Flight brings in? The Any builds A330 will be awesome, hopefully. Yeah. They do all in-house? Got you. Okay. I'm off to work. Then catching you. Nice departure. Hopefully I can tune in tonight. Sounds good, Adam. Wish you all the best, dude. Have a great afternoon, man. Yeah. The Fenix has noise reduction. I don't know where it is. I have to look for it, but I'm not quite sure. So that hides that. To buy everything in Infinite Flight, you need to pay monthly. Yeah, they're making a small fortune over there at Infinite Flight, aren't they? Timus, thanks so much, man. 19 months. So just realized I was here. Happy 19 months. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you, man. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate the support. 19 months. Incredible, man. Thank you. Just tuned in, and I'm sure you've been asked a million times, what are your thoughts on the 727? Ashton, to keep it short and sweet, I will not be purchasing any more products from FSS until they deliver the products that was promised with the Embraer E170 and E175 that I purchased over a year ago. Once those aircraft get updated, I can feel confident enough in purchasing more products from them. But in the current state of that aircraft, I just can't. Something bugs me about a developer putting more and more airplanes out without ever finishing a product. So that's kind of where I stand on that, man. I don't have anything against FSS. I still hope that eventually we get a good Embraer series from them, but I just have a hard time giving more money to a developer when I've already given them money and they've yet to really provide anything. Let's just be honest, right? Like, yeah, the E170 and the E175, it's a fun airplane to fly, sure, but it's still missing, like, key major components almost 2 years into development now. We don't have a custom autopilot. We don't have a custom FMC. There is no VNAV. Those are things that need to be addressed, and those are things that need to be done before I'm going to give them any more money. That's just it, man. It's kind of just principle at this point, really. Yeah, cool. It would be fun to fly a 727. I'm sure I could fuck around with it. I'm sure I could have some fun. I'm not doubting that at all. But for me personally, as somebody who's just been burned in the past by products exactly like this, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait it out. There's nothing saying that I can't purchase the 727 in 6 months from now or 4 months from now, right? But as far as it goes right now, immediately, instantly, tomorrow, am I going to go fly it? No. I just, I would like my 170 and 175 to be finished first, and then I can think about, you know, purchasing more products from them. Until then, I'm perfectly fine with my A300, my MD-11, my 777 that I just purchased, all of those airplanes, right? I've got lots of those, so, yeah. How's the RTX 3080 cap? I'm intrigued with the 5000 series going to bring to the party. Yeah, 5000 series will be next fall, though, so we're still over a full year away. Yeah, I'm excited for it, man. Very, 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 very excited for it. Yeah. Yeah, Yending, again, man, as we've already gone over this multiple times, especially with you, because you've said this multiple times today, and I've already explained to you, FSS isn't a big team. It's still the same team. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that it's an entirely different team, because if it was an entirely different team, why wouldn't they just use a different name? Why would you want to put yourself with FSS and under that? We've already gone over this, and you and I have literally already had this conversation. I know who you are. I know that this is a new account that you've made. I know that all of these things, you were banned yesterday with another account. I know all of these things. So, again, I know you're trying to poke, and I know what you're trying to do. But I've already explained it to you, man. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's two separate teams missing it, working on them. I don't care. You have products that are still not finished. You should not be releasing more products under the same name, under the same branding. It's just not a good look. It's not a good look at all. And I think we can all agree on that. I can't be the only one that sits here and thinks that just doesn't look good. And again, I reiterate, if this was every other company, if PMDG tried to do this, if Fenix tried to do this, if AnyBuilds tried to do this, if any other company tried to do this, there would be a fucking shitstorm on forums. Everything would just be, you know, people would be boycott PMDG, boycott Fenix. But for some reason, I don't know why, nobody seems to have that stance, and everybody seems to be okay because it's an early access plane. They think that it's yeah. Anyways, I implore you to just stop talking in my chat before I ban another one of your accounts. I know it means nothing. I know you'll be back tomorrow, or not even, you'll be back this evening with another account. So just stop typing for today, and we'll see you come back at a different time, okay? Perfect. We're all in understanding. Very nice. I'm glad. Jesus fucking Christ. Sometimes, Chad, I'm telling you, man, sometimes. Excited to see your new build. The AMD 7950X 3D is highly recommended. I think what I'm going to do, Dan and I were talking about that the other day. It's kind of funny that you mentioned that, because Dan and I were talking about that the other day, and we were saying that apparently the 7800X3D is still better in gaming references, better than the new chip that's coming out. I find that kind of hard to believe as well. I think we need to get the new chip out, and then we actually need to see people testing it. How much better performance is this and that? But I mean, still, dude, the 7800X3D is like incredible. As far as like performance and price to performance, you can get a great bundle right now. Because all the new X3D chips are coming out, you can get an insane deal on a 7800X3D right now, which is still an incredible one. Blue Star, good to see you, man. I saw you had a couple messages. Let me scroll up and see what you had here. It says, greetings, Cap. We tried the lossless scaling mod for the sim. I found it to be much better than FrameGen mod. Is there a way? There's way less ghosting. So the only thing, as far as I understand, Blue Star, I haven't bought it. I haven't tried it out. But through the little bit of research that I did, Blue Star, here's the major difference, and the reason why I can't really move away from FrameGen is that the lossless scaling will only show on my monitor, whereas the FrameGen will actually show like through OBS and stuff. If I do the lossless scaling, the stream wouldn't see it. So although I would be seeing 86 FPS, you would be seeing 43 FPS, 44 FPS. That is the main reason why. So if you're not streaming, I definitely think lossless scaling should be considered absolutely as an option. For somebody like me, unfortunately, it's not really an option, and I have to stick with FrameGen. Not the end of the world. Obviously, there's a few little things with FrameGen that, you know, are kind of a pain in the ass. But that also being said, I am looking at building a computer towards the end of the year. So hopefully we can get into a 4000 series card. I'm thinking 4080 Super, and we can kind of mitigate that little FrameGen mod type thing that we're having problems. So ended up with a 7800X3D. Everything I saw from games, this was the one to get. The problem is the way the 7950X3D only has more cache on half of the chip. The 7800X3D, all cores have the cache. Correct. Yes. That's why I also think that it's a better chip. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of research. Like I said, I am planning on building something more towards the end of the year. I really, really want to see how Microsoft 2024 runs on this computer before spending, you know, 5,000-6,000 Canadian on a new build. Let's be honest. Could probably get something. It'd probably be between like $4,500 and $5,500, like a new build for me. That's probably what it's going to cost. So I want to see what type of performance I get, and then we can kind of go from there. And then, is it going to be worth it for me to hold off, wait for the new chips, and wait for the new 5000 series to come out, if we can get FrameGen working the way that we do and everything works on 2024. So I'm guessing we should have much better support with 2024, just based off like the multi-core support and everything that's coming with the new engine. But we'll wait and see. I guess we'll have to wait and see. For some reason, DX11 has been working better on my 7800X3D and 4070 than DX12 with FrameGen. I mean, I don't doubt that at all. I've knock on wood, I've been pretty lucky with it, but I've heard DX12 can be a little bit buggy sometimes. So it was my understanding when I was building mine that the Intel will be better than AMD in 2024 due to the multi-core support. Could be. That's why I said I have to do a lot more research on it, to be honest with you. The thing is, and the very enticing thing right now is, as I was saying, a lot of computer stores are online selling, you know, third-party selling websites. A lot of the 7800X3D and motherboards are on sale right now, bundling. Remember I showed you guys one from Canada Computers? What was it? It was 32 gigs, 16,000 hertz. It was a 7800X3D and a motherboard for like $400 or $500 or something. It was insane. It was regularly like $1,400 or something, I think, which is pretty wild. So only way to get stable performance is to basically gut the visual quality. That's not good. I mean, I've always been an Intel guy. Going into the build, I was thinking 14900K. Now, I think there's new chips coming out. I think the 15 series is going to be out. Same as the AMD new series will be out in November by the time I'm ready and willing to build a PC. Until then, I'm perfectly fine with this computer setup, with the dual monitor, the dual PC setup, the stream PC, the gaming PC. I feel that performance is usually perfectly fine. Again, we're not playing Call of Duty. You can land an airplane at 55 FPS, 50 FPS, right? It's not the end of the world. So, yeah. 32,000 feet and climbing. We'll see if the winds have shifted or updated at all in Vegas. Winds are showing variable at 6. I guess we're just going to plan for 2-6 left. As much as I'd like to do a 19, I think probably the 2-6 left is the easiest way in. Unless we get another update. 39 degrees. Whoa. I don't want to feel the real feel there today. Probably going to be a bumpy arrival, to be honest with you. All those thermals. 15th gen Intel chips will be under scrutiny because of the 13 and 14 gen stability fiasco. With them, people are saying they're heating up, right? Is that what it is? Has been bumpy coming into Vegas? Yes. So gotta figure out why the damn screen shakes from the frame gen at airports. Have to go in the settings and change something and change it back to fix it. Maddening. What you can do, Bomb Tech, as well, is just put Alt-Enter. Just go from, like, if you go from full screen to windowed, it should fix the problem as well. So hold left beside your spacebar, Alt, just beside the spacebar, Alt, and then Enter. And if you just toggle that, it should fix the problem. Aiden, not right away, man. No. Too Wicked, 19 months. Appreciate you, man. Says, when do you activate approach phase in the A320? You can do it whenever you're ready to start slowing down, to be honest with you, Too Wicked. I usually like to make sure it's done by about 20 miles, something like that. So, yeah. Who else is ready for this week to be over? Dude, I go to the cottage tomorrow, Maverick. Late morning. I think I'm leaving around 11 a.m. noon. Got about an hour and 45-minute drive straight up north into the Canadian wilderness. Wilderness? That's the word I was looking for. Mopar, has it been as hot for you over there as it is here? Like, it is roasting the last, like, 3 or 4 days here, man. Do you disconnect the auto throttle? Depends what airplane you're flying, James. Some yes, some no. Captain Lisp? Not so much hot as muggy. Not so much hot as muggy. Was in Banff last year. One of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. 100%. Jasper, Banff, that whole highway, dude. The whole highway, man. It's just incredible. Yeah. Can't wait to get to the cottage. I should be there 3 p.m. on Sunday. Just as we're getting ready to leave. We're actually leaving Monday. Monday afternoon we're leaving. We're staying Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leaving Monday afternoon. But I'm excited to jump in that lake, man. Oh boy. Excited for some kayaking. Excited for some great food. I picked up some lobster tails, chat. Picked up some tiger shrimp. Got some steak. Got some chicken kebabs. Got some corn on the cob. Oh boy. All kinds of snackies. Give me a great time, man. Rip Jasper. Well, 30% of Jasper. Luckily, the whole thing's not gone, but yeah. I was at 18 in San Fran right now. That's beautiful. It's a good one, Dante. Gonna be a good one, man. Got some nice steaks, too. Some Alberta beef. Some premium Alberta AAA Angus. Lobster and shrimp. All right, I'm on my way. Drive should take about 3 days. No sleeping. Just do it straight. Yeah, it's going to be good, man. I learned how to cook the lobster and the shrimp. Well, shrimp's easy, but I learned how to cook the lobster on the barbecue this year. Like, properly cook it on the barbecue this year. So, I've been a big fan of that. And they have a real nice barbecue up there, so... Bird of beef. No, only 30% burned, Kev, I think. I'm pretty sure. Can you ship a steak to me? I mean, dude, get Dan. If you want anybody in Canada to ship a steak to you, you get Dan to do that, man. You get that premium Angus Alberta beef. That shit slaps on so many levels, man. So many levels. Split the tail and sear the meat down. Oh, dude. Hundy P, buddy. You got that right. Surf and turf? Yes, sir. So tomorrow night we're doing the chicken kebabs. They're whiskey pepper marinated kebabs with chicken, onion, peppers, zucchini, and something else. That's tomorrow's dinner. We're stopping, chat. We're stopping tomorrow for some hot dogs and poutine. I'll make sure to post a picture of that. Religiously, you have to stop. Any of you Canadians, you know, if you're not Canadian, you're going to learn some Canadian heritage right now. There is no better place to get a poutine than outside of the city, northern Quebec-ish area. Just get the best damn food, man. Poutine and hot dogs tomorrow, and you got to get the hot dog with it. They steam the hot dog. They steam the bun. Banana peppers, mustard, relish, onions on top of that bad boy. I'll post some pictures. I've never had poutine. I always wanted to try it. See, here's the thing. If you're having poutine, you got to have like proper poutine. And that's where it becomes difficult, because a lot of places will just like, you know, say like it's a poutine, but like it's got to be true, man. It's got to be real. Got to have fresh cut fries, cheese curds. Can only have cheese curds and fresh gravy, man. Usually like a beef gravy or a mushroom gravy, like a darker gravy works better. There are some places that use like a chicken gravy. It's okay, but I much prefer like a veggie, a mushroom, a beef gravy, something like that, you know? So much better, man. Everyone, thanks to whoever gifted me a membership earlier. Glad to be here for Green for another month. Sebastian, good to have you back, man. Thanks, dude. The poutine. I think we have salmon on the menu tonight. I don't know what I'm having tonight. I got my factor meals. Got to get through those. Hey, Cap, have you tried Sask snow beef? Expensive, but wow, I haven't. No, Keith. Sounds good. I'm all for it. Anything out there in the prairies that's eating all that nice prairie grass. Closest I've here are the chili cheese fries. Yeah, completely different, but I know what you mean, Tyson. I know exactly what you mean. Same like idea, right? Just different material, if you will. How do you find it appropriate to talk about poutine in chat? Jeez, guys. We tried. We had fried catfish and shrimp for supper last night. It was so good. Catfish is actually insanely underrated, in my opinion. It's not my favorite, but it's also nowhere near my least favorite. So good. What the hell did she send me? Greg, 19 months. Appreciate you, man. Says, always making me hungry. I'm sorry. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do it. Just know that I purposely don't mean to do it. All right? I swear to God. Oh, man. PMDG has the rest of the paint kits for the 777 on their website. Ooh, nice. So the freighters can start getting painted? I feel like we're probably a couple weeks away then. I know that it's been in beta for like 2 or 3 weeks now. The beta testers have been doing their thing, so it's got to be close. Got to be close, man. I should bump up my cost index to like 25 so the guy behind me isn't... Do you like quinoa? I like quinoa in... as long as I can mix it with something else, Duck. Like I like quinoa and like rice with like some salsa and stuff like that, like in like a burrito bowl. Fantastic, yeah. Quinoa by itself, not my first #1 go-to. But how well do you want your steak? I'm a medium rare, medium well. Not medium well, so medium well, medium. Yeah, somewhere around there. Medium rare, medium. Not too rare, but, you know, rare enough. The fiance likes hers medium well, and that's tough to. Medium well can be a little bit tough to cook sometimes. I don't mind medium well either. It's not my favorite. I'll eat it. I don't care. But yeah, medium well is a little bit of a trip sometimes. 22.69 on the barrel minimums because it's difficult to cook. Difficult to cook properly. Unless you're going in with a thermometer and you're like perfectly timing it, because there's such a fine line between like a little bit of red in the middle to like nothing anymore. Very fine line. So winds are still variable at 6, so I'm just going to put 260 at 6. I'll just put it right down the runway. That could be a crosswind at 6 knots, so we'll have to wait and see. Somebody was mentioning earlier, I think it was Lilo Pilot, that the A319 and the A321 are going to be using the new flight model characteristics, so they might fly a little bit differently, at least on the ground physics wise. They're going to feel different in crosswinds and certain scenarios, so that'll be interesting. 39 degrees and 3005. 39 degrees 3005. Good. All of our information is in, and we're looking for top of descent in about 60 miles. Def got to rest the meat for at least 5 minutes. Absolutely. I was trying to explain it to her the other day. I was making steak about 2 weeks ago, and I took the steak out of the fridge at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I put it on a plate, and she was just like, "You're just gonna leave that there?" And I was like, "Yeah, like what? You don't?" It's like, you got to bring steak up to room temperature to cook it properly. She's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "There's something about the meat." I was like, "Think about it." I was like, if something's cold, it's a little bit more tense, right? I was like, if you want to cook something, you got to let it rest. You got to let it be ready to go. You got to bring it up to room temperature. I was like, it cooks so much better. You just end up with such a more tender product, you know? Fenix has updated their flight model literally every release. I would agree with you, Duck. It has gone... It's difficult to continue to like fly the airplane in like a certain way and then it completely changes. This most recent update isn't that different, to be honest with you. The only thing that I've noticed is it seems to be a little bit easier to kind of... It seems a little bit easier on the flare. It feels heavy, but it also feels kind of... Yeah. If not at room temp, you overcook the outside and the inside is undercooked. Correct. Yeah. Now we know it's a good cap stream. We're discussing the food. Gonna have to try poutine if I go to Canada. Oh, it's a must. Poutine and smoked meat sandwiches. Smoked meat is basically pastrami, but it's the Canadian version of a pastrami sandwich. But you got to do it. I guess it depends where you go as well. Like if you're going West Coast, like I said, man, they have their own thing. Like you got to get Alberta beef. Like it's like known. There's like certain things, right? Like certain areas are used to, and certain areas are really good at doing. Like if you go to Ontario, you got to go to like a shawarma shop or like a Thai place. There's so many, man. If you go out east, you got to go to like Donair. If you're in Quebec, you got to get a poutine and a smoked meat sandwich, and yeah. Haven't met a pastrami I didn't like. Pastrami's... Yeah, especially when it's piled high on some rye bread with some deli mustard. Fuck, I'm starving. Can you tell? We just talked about food for the last 20 minutes. Not like I'm hungry or anything, chat. I also cook steak in a cast iron on my gas grill set to 500. Huge thing that I learned from my grandfather, Tyson, and I will take this to the day I die. And I just had a barbecue for a bunch of people and everything worked perfectly because of this. I am a massive advocate of the right temperature at the right time will just do wonders. I haven't probed a steak in probably years, dude. Years, for the simple fact that I buy all of my steaks about an inch thick, an inch, maybe a little bit more thick. And I just know 550, 4 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other side. That's all I know. That's it. It goes on. It goes on. The timer starts. 4 minutes. Don't touch it. Don't open the grill. If it starts smoking, do whatever you want. Just let it go. Let it go. And in 4 minutes, flip it, and then you 3 minute on that other side. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm telling you, dude. If you got an inch thick steak, 550, 4 minutes and 3 minutes, you will never not have a just amazing experience cooking a steak. Anyways, same for burgers, same for anything, to be honest with you. I cooked, I don't even know how many burgers I cooked last weekend at that family thing. The grill was full of hamburgers at one point, like not even room. And again, just time it, man. All about time it. 5 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other side for a burger. Boom. You can do that, Keith, if you want like the nice fancy grill marks. Absolutely. You do the quarter turn, absolutely. You want those nice cross grill marks. And get yourself a good... cast iron pans are probably the best. My problem with cast iron is I just don't know how to keep them. I don't use them all the time, and every cast iron pan that I've tried to keep using like avocado oil or olive oil or any type of oil, canola oil, I don't use them enough, and they end up either getting rusty or just getting this like film of nastiness on them. But yeah. New Wave. No, I did not. I did not, man. No. You should do 450 on some grill plates. 4 minutes on each side, rotating the steak every 2 minutes to get those grill marks, and let it rest for 5 to 7 minutes. Absolutely, man. Every time. Every time. Here's like a non-stick. Yeah, see, that's nice. Beeswax keeps the cast iron from rusting. Ooh. That's kind of smart, actually. I never thought about that. Day-Day. Day-Day's here, chat. First Officer Day-Day. Just gotta watch the temp of the non-sticks so you don't get some cancer in your meat. Yeah, well, if it just... Yeah. Why'd the top of descent just change? Interesting. Vegas ops changed their landing on the 8s. Are they really? Can we even take the chow to the 8s? I guess we can, because it would be this way. Interesting. Man, I never land on the 8s. Alright, I'm down for it. Let's do it. Vegas arrivals. ILS 8. They have no ILSs. Aren't they RNAVs? Aren't they RNAVs into runway 8? 8 right. Ooh. This could be a good one. 8 right from Terry. Is it Terry? That's the ones. Can you even take this out to there? Did the RNAV 8 yesterday on VATSIM? Okay. Okay, I guess we're going to do the RNAV 8 right by the Chow 2 no via insert. And we're probably ready for descent 6 miles. Alright. Did the approach, so we should be good there. Alright. Let me go down to... Looks like we're going to take it to Buell? Maybe Buell? I don't know. Buell or Terry? 7,000 feet, I guess, is what we'll go to. 7,000 feet. Start our descent now. Seatbelt signs can come on. Good. Squeeze lime juice on the steak. Lime juice breaks down the connective tissue and makes it that much more tender. Huh. RNAV into 19 right is the best? Yeah, obviously. Absolutely. But if they're landing in the 8s, we're trying to do at least as realistically as we can. See, Pilot Edge says 8 right, 19 left, 19 right. Chat, fuck it. We're taking a shot. Chat, whoever's in front of me and flying into here, just do this. Just get the RNAV 19 right. If it shows that that's what they're doing, because it kind of did show that. Arrivals, 8 right, 19 left, 19 right. Y'all already know what we're doing. Don't even question this. It's not even a question. We are 100% shooting the RNAV Zulu runway 19 right. RNAV Zulu 19 right. That all stays the same. P-pen. Insert. Good. Make sure that all looks correct in here. Make sure I don't have any crazy discontinuities. Chow to Chow to Satchel to Fella to Foof to Neon Flies Pen. That's not what I see. We're going to have to redo that one. Arrival. RNAV Zulu, 19 right. Chow 2. Pen. What do we Wills? Chow Wolf. Okay, it's really messing this one up. Okay, after Wolf, it's going to be to Satchel. I don't know why it's messing that one up so bad. Wolf to Satchel. Satchel to Fella to Foof. Is it Fella? 2 L's? 2 A's. Fella. Okay, insert that. How did this close? What? Okay. From Fella, we're going to Foof. 3 O's? 3 O's, right? 3 O's. Jesus. Foof. And then Foof to Neon with 2 N's. Insert. And then Neon to... that's it. P-pen. So now we need to go and delete this all till we get to P-pen. Clear. 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 Insert. Good. You simmer down there, airplane. What's wrong with you? You're on track. Everything's good. All right. Good. Now we've got the proper approach. I don't know why it wasn't doing that. Probably because I switched the approach 16 times. Let's just enjoy some beautiful wing views. Anyway, no, my Fenix keeps switching to 121.8 automatically. No. Can't wait for tomorrow to get paid to golf. Hey, that sounds like a great day. For fajitas, I marinated a mixture of olive oil, soya sauce, honey, minced garlic, and pepper overnight. Ooh, yep. Can I come over for fajitas someday, Tyson? Sounds great. 19 right program, let's do it. Nice. Always a fun one. Always a fun one. And then watch, we're going to go and the winds are going to completely change, be updated. Still showing variable at 6. Like the real world ATIS is arrival 8 right, 19 left. We're planning 19 right, but that's irrelevant. Same thing, right? And then they're departing on the 8s as well. Winds are variable at 6. So we're doing what they're doing in real life. And we get to fly the RNAV Zulu. We haven't flown this one in a while. One of my favorite approaches. And we'll have a replay of the arrival. Be fantastic. Just remember that the ILS, or the glide slope and the PAPIs are not going to work here in Vegas, so just keep that in mind. If it looks like we're really low, or don't worry, we're on track. Man, when I was there, Mike, the one thing that I noticed, you know what, actually, it's more the one thing I noticed about in the States. There's certain airports that just don't stop. It's non-stop. Literally non-stop. It's so crazy for me because, like, even an airport like Toronto, Vancouver, it's not arrivals the way that it is like that, man, like down in the States. Like, dude, absolute insanity watching the airplanes land and just how many are landing and taking off and in an hour compared to what it's here. It's wild. Who's down to play some craps once we land? Nice. Not saying this is a bad thing, but I think Vegas is your #1 airport you've flown in and out of. Could be. I love flying into Vegas, man. Probably one of my favorite places to go. I believe it. But I mean, the last time we flew into Vegas was 2 months ago. We flew into Vegas right before the expo. We flew the Southwest ops from San Diego. I think we flew in San Diego from LA. Can't remember. Vegas slows down tremendously after midnight, but once it hits 5, 6 a.m., it's non-stop. It's crazy, man. You been to the Sphere yet? In real life, I have, and in the simulator. Yeah, we should actually see it in this arrival. So. I mean, look at the approach out here, man. This is by far, again, some of the best ortho that you can get in this simulator is out here in Vegas. This is why I love flying into Vegas, man. This is why I love it, dude. I'd actually be curious, and I would love to see what my favorite, the airports that I've flown in and out of the most. I'd actually love to see those things. I've never flown to Vegas. I've road tripped at least 15 times. Damn. See, it sucks, dude. I was supposed to be flying this exact arrival into Vegas, and Porter canceled my flights, and I ended up flying United at night, and I couldn't see any of these beautiful views, beautiful visuals. I couldn't see any of this. It really cheesed me. Ask Captain Nolan. Yeah, right. Vegas Ortho is great, no doubt. City and wilderness. It's incredible, man. Yeah. Something with the desert and the hills and the terrain. Fly back. Vegas is worth it a few times a year. Dude, way too expensive. Way too expensive. If I were to go in Vegas, I would go back, obviously, when it's not so hot. That's another thing. I would go, like, off-season, whatever. Well, right now is off-season, isn't it? Because it's so damn hot. But, yeah, if I was going to Vegas, it would be back when it's cooler temperatures. Because that was, damn, dude. Too much. LX arrivals in the evening into the sunset with a full VATSIM ATC over SoFi Stadium is up there for me. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Talk about another airport that doesn't stop. I'm so excited to be able to fly 787 into there in a couple months, man. We're what is it? I have a thing. It's I think 91 days away from World Flight, so 3 months away from World Flight, which is pretty crazy to think we're already only 3 months away from World Flight. Pretty wild, man. ACAP, what default turbulence settings do you have in the sim? I use medium in the simulator, and then I use RealCat Turb as a third-party add-on that adds turbulence and coming through. You can see we're getting a little bit bumpy here. Adds turbulence and all kinds of cool stuff as well. What is our 3005? It's the QNH. Good. We're a little bit above profile, so I'm going to add a little bit of ground spoiler out now. Getting a little bit bumpy out here as well. Next year's expo is going to have a third of the attendance. Can't beat Vegas. I wouldn't say a third of the attendance, to be honest with you, Duck. I think it might be less, but I think you're also forgetting that there's a lot to do on that side as well, man. I mean, it's like a 2-hour train ride into New York City. It's like a 45-minute train ride into Boston. There's going to be a lot to do as well, man. Is it going to be smaller attendance-wise? Absolutely. Not doubting that at all. But a third the amount? I don't think. I still think there's going to be quite a bit of people that make it out. These expos, especially with like new products getting announced and released and all kinds of cool things happening to all these expos. How do you apply for WorldFlight? You send an email here introducing yourself with your YouTube name, how long you've been doing flight sim, if you have any, if you're comfortable flying the 777 from the right seat. Just remember, like, if you're applying for a first officer position. The way that it works is almost like in the real world, seniority, right? So the longer you've been part of the WorldFlight team, more likely you are to fly from the left side. So, yeah. The honeycomb cash only fire sale, dude, that... I'm telling you, man. There's so much funky shit that happens in the flight sim industry, Bomb Tech. It's just, like, you wouldn't see this anywhere else, man. You wouldn't see this. You're getting slammed right now in front of you by Bumpy. It's definitely Bumpy. You can see the nose. Real Cap Turb is probably doing a little bit better of a job keeping it a little bit more natural. Crazy thing is, I'd love to have a Bravo throttle right now. Can you buy it? Does anybody have any in stock? I don't even know. Haven't seen Dan in a while. Dan's here every stream. He hasn't been here today, but he's probably working. Dan's doing well, man. Yeah, I was just in Vegas with him. Had a nice little trip with Mr. Barry. Just realized on this short flight I do a practice, which is Southampton to Bournemouth, and I've had it on IFR this whole time. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Are you talking about like your map, your IFR or VFR map? Sporties has some. There you go. Sporties Pilot Shop, is it called, or something? Who's Frontier Flight 1507? Anybody? Chat? FO will still also be pilot flying? Absolutely. Yeah, of course, man. Of course. You'll have equal flights where you're flying, every time it's your time to fly, it should be one time you're going to be pilot monitoring, so you're going to be on the VATSIM comms calling, and then other times you will be you'll be the pilot flying. So it swaps, just like it does in real life, right? Like most flights, especially if it's a 2-sector flight, most flights, like the captain will fly the first leg and the first officer will fly the second leg. Or wait a second. Did I see a no dogs allowed? Oh, chat, we can never fly this livery ever again. No live animals in cargo compartments. Oh, in cargo compartments. Okay. That's why somebody was saying that earlier. I had no clue what the fuck somebody was saying that earlier, and I was like, what? Scratch that sticker off right now. Clearly they don't know who Daisy, First Officer Daisy is. They don't know who you are. Got my own FO as well. Hey, nice. The best FOs in the biz, man. Alright, I'm going to get some ground spoilers out. We're keeping our speed up as best as possible. We've got Vegas out in front of us. Isn't this Lake Mead right here? I think this is Lake Mead. Flowing into Vegas. Everyone gets to fly and be in pilot in command. Correct. I guess that's another thing that I should also add, is that you have to be comfortable on VATSIM. So if you do plan on applying for the World Flight team, That's one thing I think that we have to reiterate, is that you have to be flying on you have to be comfortable making radio calls on VATSIM, especially in high intense environments, right? Because it's going to come like super quick. Super quick. So keep that in mind. We're going to take this down to, where's gimbal? 3,500 to gimbal. I'm going to bug up 3,000. We'll be good to go. Hoover Dam is off the left. Yeah, it's over yonder, isn't it? Somewhere that way? That way? Would you VFR for an 8-minute flight? Yes, you would do VFR. Alright, spoilers in, flaps 1. Slowing down just because of the traffic in front. We may have to disconnect. I can see him right here in front of us. I need to arm approach. Right, chat? Final approach is armed. Good. 3,500 and then we're down. Okay, I got 3,000 bugged. So we should be good to go. On final approach, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try and get fully configured here, probably a little bit early, but that's fine. Flaps 2, gear down. And we should be on CTAF frequency. So dot CTAF KLAS. It's going to be 119.9 for us. Flaps 3 should be good. I should have speed checked, but flaps 3, we're good. Just good. I have 2 FOs. One sits on the rudder pedals, one sits on my lap. Nice. Hey, those views, man. Crazy. ...160 knots, flaps full. That aircraft is about 2 miles in front of us off our nose. I'm scanning, I'm looking. I don't see him yet, which means we might be making progress. Ground spoiler is armed, auto brake is set to low. Beautiful, music is paused. Continuing the approach. I'm going to get all the rest of our lights on. Good. And we are about 10-mile final. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're definitely getting some nice separation. He's up here almost starting his turn, so that's good. Bring our sounds up. Chat, remember, if you are enjoying, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Show the channel some love. Appreciate you guys being here, man. You guys are incredible. Thank you all so much for the support. How do you get other traffic to show up on your PFD? Make sure that your TCAS is on. Transponder. TARA. Or TA, but TARA. And make sure that that's turned on. Just your everyday person, 7 months. Happy Landing Cap tried it with the 777 and floated down half the runway. Uh-oh. Well, fingers crossed we don't do that. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you. Alright, we are no factor with the aircraft in front of us. He should definitely be down on the ground. 2,000 feet. Joystick cam's going on. I am going to start the recording so that we have all of this. And I am going to take control of the aircraft, chat, and fly it from here because I absolutely adore this approach. So, my airplane. Enjoy, and I'll catch you guys down on the ground. Follow our flight directors here. Not quite sure why the Vegas Strip isn't loading for me. Oh, do you know what? I probably have the update. Fuck, I didn't even think about that. I don't even have the Vegas Strip, chat. I probably forgot to remove the update, didn't I? Wasn't there an update that came with Microsoft? Yeah, the Fly Tampa and the Vegas aren't compatible. So you have to remove... What is it that you have to remove? Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry, chat. Let's focus on the landing. What is it that you have to remove, just so I know for next time? Yeah, the scenery's here. We've got the Fly Tampa
500.
scenery. It's because I have the default... it's the Microsoft update you need to remove. Is it... What is it called? Is it Las Vegas or...
300.
Vegas City update. Yeah, fuck. My bad, chat.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 10, 5.
A little bit floaty, just hold it off. Good, nose down gently, reversers are out. Decelerating, the wind was kind of all over the place there. Knots, reverser stowed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Lost Wages. Yeah, that kind of sucks, man. That kind of ruins the whole approach. My bad, chat. My bad. I didn't think that it would have auto-installed the update. Or that I would have to go and uninstall it. So I will go and uninstall that and make sure that that doesn't happen again. And what we'll do is we will have to fly back into Vegas. That's the only thing that I can see true. We'll have to fly back into Vegas at some point, friends, and recheck out that scenery. Let's go flaps clean. Ground spoilers are coming up as well. Stop our flight time today. 59 minutes on the nose. 59 minutes. Start back over from Salt Lake City. Nice. Crossing the runways and we're going into the ramp. We can luckily take this all the way down. Going all the way down here on Bravo, and we're going up into the D gates. The real aircraft parked up at... Got this here for 1 second. Make sure I'm on my center line. And hold on, sorry, let me clean up my lights. Lights. Start. Cool. Real aircraft parked up here at Delta 19. So we'll see if that's an option in here. Delta 19, no. And we'll go Swissport. Good. We're racing the United plane in there who landed just before us. Good separation though. We ended up getting great separation. Is Vegas full strip Las Vegas airport or just... No, it's just the strip. The airport is Fly Tampa. This is Fly Tampa Las Vegas. So the airport's here. It has nothing to do with the airport. It's just the Microsoft update removes the strip. When you buy the Fly Tampa scenery, it also comes with the strip. Everything is modeled. And obviously I have both running right now. So if you're using the scenery, you can't use the strip either. So it's one of those unfortunate things. What time is your next stream? 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. So in about 3.5 hours from now. And we're doing Montreal to Ottawa, Ottawa to Toronto. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer one tonight, probably about 3 hours. 2 legs. We usually only do 1 leg in our evening streams. But I figured Montreal to Ottawa is such a short flight. It's such a cool flight. And they actually operate A320s on it, Air Canada. So we'll do that. Should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Seeing the American 777 makes me want to fly it again out of Vegas. Yes. Be a fun one. We're going to be in the 777 next week. When I get back from the cottage, we're having a stream on Tuesday next week. Remember, chat? A little bit of a weird one, but Tuesday we have a stream next week. And we will be live then again Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, back to our usual schedule. Is World Flight shared cockpit? Yeah, we're gonna sit together in the same room, we're making like a we're making like a basically like a very rough home cockpit type thing for the team. Jeff, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. How did the Luxor survive? It's a great question. Ooh, look at that 777 departing right in front of us. Good question. I don't know how it survived, but it did. It did, all right. Where will it be taking place? In California. I think we're doing it at Fly with Rookies. Fly with Rookies place, I believe. The pyramid survived Noah's flood. I'm at Outcap. I'll catch you on tonight's stream. Sounds good, Dante. I'll see you tonight, my man. Looking forward to it. Should be fun tonight. Again, we're helping that controller. So if anybody wants to fly, you're looking for something to do tonight, come fly with us, man. Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto. There's a controller going for his rating tonight. So I think that would be really cool to join him. Help him out, give him as much traffic as we can. I'll join on the second leg this evening. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Looks so smooth. You have so many stutters. In what? What are you running in your sim? I love how that is in the merger livery. So good. I guess we're racing to the gate now. It's in the merger livery. Our gate should be right here on the corner, I think. Where is that? Delta 19. Right in the corner. We may have to disconnect. Might be right in here, this one. I didn't mean to cut him off. I was hauling ass down that other taxiway. He was in the ramp already. Decap YouTube is again undefeated. Didn't get the notification again. Is there another leg? Daggy, that sucks, man. No, there is no other leg. This was the second leg. We have another stream this evening, though. But yeah, man, exclamation point schedule in chat, dude. I do not change my schedule. It doesn't change. So if you can just exclamation point schedule, you may have to set a little reminder or something on your phone, or I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with YouTube recently, to be honest with you. The only other thing I can say is make sure that maybe it's checked. The notification bell is checked or something like that. How'd you get the logo on your EFB? It's pretty easy. There's a bunch of tutorials, actually. I think there's some up on the Fenix website on how to do it. You just change it. You know how you can put the EFB on like a like on your desktop on like a browser. You can set it up through a browser. I think you just do that. Alrighty, park brake is on. Upstairs, EPU bleed is on. Good. Engine number 2 is off. Engine number 1 is off. Beacon light is off. Seatbelt sign is off. Ladies and gentlemen, do we get a dance today? Engines are cut. I don't think we get a dance. Just a bow, chat. Just a bow. There we have it. Beautiful. Cool. That was a great day of flying. I really hope you guys did enjoy that one. An absolute greaser into Salt Lake City this afternoon, and a decently nice landing here as well. A little bit floaty on this one. Kind of got a little bit away from me, but not a bad one. Not too shabby. It does suck that we don't have that beautiful Vegas Strip. I'm going to have to do that before I actually exit out of the sim. I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to make sure that that's taken care of. Vegas City update, you guys were saying, right? That's what it's going to be in the content manager. So that's the thing. I thought I had to like install it. I didn't think like I had to like, I thought it was one of those I had to go to the marketplace and get it. Probably stupid on me. I shouldn't have assumed, right? But yeah, my bad, chat. My bad. Let's go ahead and restart the Kutao script. Good. Let me come down here. That should have removed everybody. Nope, it didn't. Let me try that again. GSX, restart. Okay, good. Let me come down here. Going to go to Fenix. We're going to go to panel states. We're going to go to ready, activate. Good. Going to close all the doors. Make sure those are all closed and ready to go. Going to put our flaps full. Let's go to the overhead to make sure all of our lights are on. Good, 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 good. All right. And we we'll go and watch the replay. Did you enable via the add-on linker? Vegas? Yeah, Vegas is fine. It's part of the world update. Got you. Okay. Yeah, Vegas is fine because there's no like Vegas strip, right? For Vegas, or is there? Hold on. Maybe I fucked up. I definitely add-on linked because this is the airport, but is there more to it? Like the Fly Tampa, it's all in one package, isn't it? Fly Tampa is 2 parts? I don't know what you're talking about, Chad. Fuck. Well, that's why then, because I only linked the one. What is it? Las Vegas City. Fuck. Las Vegas City. Chat. You are very bad. Very, very, very bad content creators you are, chat. The worst kind. In add-on linker, you have to activate the Fly Tampa, Vegas, and Las Vegas City. Correct. I did not do that. Bad. Bad content creators you are. All right. Let's watch the replay. I apologize that we have no strip, but that's okay. We can just still watch out. We'll watch this side of the airplane. This side still looks good, right, chat? Look at that. Nice. Cool. I'm going to take this time now to thank all my mods, my donators, and my sponsors. Thank you all so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate it. I know it's super busy around the YouTube and Twitch streams today, so thank you all for being here. That's right, chat. Why are you guys trying to blame me? We already know who to blame for this. We need to blame Mr. Daniel Barry, and that's it. That's it. That's all. It's Mr. Barry's fault, and I cannot be blamed for such things. Was definitely gusty on approach. I could feel it being weird there on approach. But anyways, mods, donators, sponsors, thank you all for the support. I appreciate you, man. We are live again this evening. If you guys do want to join, please feel free. As mentioned, we're going Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto. It's going to be a great one. I am very excited for this. Fucking Davis. Can you please show the other side so we can see the strip? Thank you. Thank you. Not a bad landing. A little bit floaty, but honestly pretty nice as well. So very, very happy with that one nonetheless. To everybody else that cannot donate using a monetary value, I want to thank you guys just as much. Thank you everybody for the continued support. Thank you everybody for being here. Truly do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely incredible. One more stream, guys, till I'm off to the cottage tomorrow. So again, we will be live tonight in approximately 3.5 hours. Should be awesome. There is no stream on Saturday. There is no stream on Sunday. There is no stream on Monday. Hands. Next stream for me is going to be tonight at 7:30 or next Tuesday. That's the next stream. Unfortunately, I apologize for that. But going away with the fiance, she never gets to go away. We're just going away up to a family cottage for 4 days. So it should be good. So guys, thank you for your support. I appreciate you, man. You guys are incredible. Again, live tonight. Thank you all for everybody. Thanks to the VATSIM controllers. Thanks to everybody who flew with me as well. I think we did a great job. I don't think everybody got all mucked up at the end there. I think everybody did a pretty great job. So appreciate it. A little bit floaty. Definitely touchdown zone. Not too bad at all, man. I'm super happy with that one. Not our worst landing. Definitely not our best, but what are you going to do? Cool. I'll leave you guys with some replays. Thanks so much for support, friends. Appreciate y'all. Have a great... oh, Jay Stevens, my man. 10 bones. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Incredibly kind as well. Dropping the 10 bones. Jay Stevens, my man. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you for support. Appreciate you, man. Any word on Cross the Pond? Not that I'm aware of. Not yet. I don't know when the next Cross the Pond is. When is that, chat? I don't even know. Anyways, guys, thanks for support. Appreciate y'all. Have a great Thursday, dinner time, supper time, whatever it is. And hopefully I will catch you guys all tonight for our flight from Montreal to Ottawa to Toronto. Air Canada hops. Should be fun. See ya! Thanks again, Jay. I appreciate you, man.